Hear the freedom bell. Stand up, sons and daughters, we say. Stand up for your rights. Our only hope is in the bell. And make our nation strong. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the bell. Not only stand up, but when you hear the bell, you have to find your class too. Our old JLP stalwart, man known as Mr. Bobby Lynch, tell me one long time ago, say, politics, some people in a politics behave like it's them first day of school, you know. When they at school and school upon break, them walk up and down and then run all over the place. Confused, just some new little picnic will just come out, them no know them confused up and down. But Bobby Lynn said once the bell ring, once the bell ring, everybody find them class. Yeah, some people know where them new to the class, them new to school, so them not go remember which part them class right away. Them one day have to go for them and guide them back to them class. But eventually, everybody find them class. In active duty, one of them day, I go dedicate one whole day to you. Yeah, man, realize you always come over here for the attention. What I did, I'm going to dedicate an entire day to you. But I did that today. Right? So presently, we have a whole heap of confused students who out there run up and down. Some of them new to the class. First them I come school. They don't really know which part of the class them there. But once the bell ring, I am confident that each of them will find them class. And those who need some guidance to get to class will get the guidance. Right? So one of my job is to guide people to them class when them don't know it. Right? So a couple of things happening in the news now. The first something I'm going to mention is something more dear to my heart. You know? God, in all thy wisdom, bless me with the only daughters. I have no son. The only daughters he bless me with. And not only that, he give me some of them too when I have my blood, but I still my daughter them. Right? So the idea of child molestation is something that is very serious to me. Worse when it is done by the stepfather in the home, because I have been in that position. Girls, yeah man. I have been in that position. I was, well, I don't like to use the word step because that's something where you walk on. But I have been what I would like to call the unbiological father in a home already of girls, right? And I see them as my own. I treat them as my own. And I ever see them as anything else but my children, right? And they have never seen me as anything else but them father, right? So the idea of someone taking advantage of it is unforgivable on my part. It's something I have no tolerance for. It's something there's no excuse for it, right? And because of the things I've seen growing up, I grew up with trust issues when it comes to my children. Yes. The only person me trust with my picnic them. Yes. Me. Nobody else. Me no have faith in and nobody else. Right? And that's how me view it. Right? So people like to look at it sometime and say when you have some parents out there that are too strict. There's no such thing as a parent that is too strict. And ladies, if you know, even if you know bring in one next little man in the house, which part of your daughter there, you know have to still have strict boundaries where that is concerned. Unfortunately, everyone is not me. Everyone is not me. So no can't behave like a chuck you no have round and no picnic them. If I did chuck you no have round and no picnic them, you no could have relax. I 100% sure of that. But everyone is not me. Right? So you have to be extra careful. And we have some situation whereby because the man where you have there is probably the breadwinner, he's given free reign. So he make the picnic them afraid. Angela Grant, good evening. Right, because in the particular case that is out now, the child went to the school and lodging her complaints. He said, I don't want him to get in any trouble. I just want somebody to tell him to stop. Right? That is it, you know. Me just want somebody to tell him to stop. Me don't want him getting in no trouble. Right? Where would that come from? Right? Where would that come from? Right? So that up yourself, Donovan. That is where we want the ladies them focus on. Just develop some trust issues. And the time set away now where me can't tell me say your daughter alone, you know. Me have to say son too. That's so messed up of a time where we are living there now. There's no comfort. Right? But luckily, I grew up with trust issues where those things are concerned. And my daughter's mother grew up with the same trust issues too. So I can safely say, not trust nobody around them. Right? Nobody, not trust nobody. Right? I am not saying live your life and be, what would I call it now, paranoid. But check everything. Check everything twice, them say. Right? That with most of them, you know. Yes. That with most of them, and them not have no control, them not have no guidance, and them friend them out the road sometime, boast them, you know, oh, you manage that. No. Check everything twice. Please. Protect the data them. No make sorry, me keep saying data, I tell them I say we live in a world now where we can't say data alone. I have to say son too. So that's my advice to no parents today. Keep an extra eye on no kids. Please. Now today is also the Prime Minister should be having his day in court today versus the Integrity Commission. I honestly haven't heard anything yet. I haven't heard anything yet how it is going, but I know today should be the start of that hearing. I figure today would be just the preliminaries to decide whether or not it goes further. But I don't think they will make a ruling on that today. So it's probably gonna be a couple of days or a couple of weeks before we get that ruling. But today it begins. Andrew Holness versus the Integrity Commission. All right, Philippe, check it for me and come back. Andrew Holness versus the Integrity Commission starts today. Right? And by now, everyone, well, on my side of the camp, Jamaica said, bless up yourself, my boss. Everyone on my side of the camp should have made themselves familiar by now with that garbage report that the Integrity Commission would have sent to Parliament for one reason and one reason only, is to try to highlight that transaction from SSL. Right? And for those who don't believe, say, the report is trash, and not even the PMP them believe nothing about it. And I'm not at the comrade them with the social media. Them they are the bottom feeder. Literally the bottom feeder. But them there where you have on social media now, all of them just pick up the crumbs and run it. But listen to me. Remember, you know, the first day the report come up, the Gaffman, I never mentioned by name, sir. But the first day the report come up, the PMP had a press conference the next day. And they called for the resignation of the Prime Minister. The day after the report, remember that press conference? Have any of you hear the PMP mention anything about that report since that year? Check for me. Any of you? You never hear Mark Golding mention that? Any of them? Because it was put out in the public domain to make idiot comrades on social media we can't read and write, pick up trash and run with. And tell me if you don't hear any one of the PMP bigwigs them I mention anything about it. From that day where them jump out and say resign, and they don't mention nothing about it again, because guess what? They know that there is nothing in it for them to mention. But then leave the little jing bang them, the little bottom feeders, to run with it. And they have been doing their job, them running with it. Right? All of them pick up this smoking gun, what they call 28 bank account. And then when you ask them what is 28 bank account, why me don't know? What's it in the report? Right? That is PMP for you. All back and little bit of bite. Wicked them wicked, Lashika. Right? So they know. No, if you heard that, Gaffman, thanks to the Jamaica Labour Party, you would have been made a permanent employee right now. Yeah, we don't have them something again. We have sanitation engineers. Yeah, that is where we change in the face of Jamaica, Gaffman. Now we have some people who employ them, they are called sanitation engineers. Right? But the People's National Party, Mark Gold, Peter Bunting, all of them, they knew that report was I had a guy who is actually a forensic investigator, forensic auditor. And what he said to me about the report was that it would have been better, it would have been more valuable if it was written on a toilet paper, because at least when you're done using it, you could have done something with it. That is what a forensic auditor told me. Because I remember, as I tell people, the difference between myself, our Labour Party bloggers, and the comrade is that when we get that report, the first thing we try to do is to understand the report. And the parts of it we don't understand, we reach out to people who understand and could explain it. That is why, since that report come out, I believe I've had conversation on here, on TikTok right here, with no less than about 10 comrades. No less than 10, probably more, but not less. And the question, my friend, the question that all of them was asked before the conversation can continue, have you read the report? And 10 out of 10 tell you no. No, you couldn't present that to your boss, you lose your job immediately. Anybody present a report like that to them boss would have lost their job immediately. But I say, 10 out of 10 when I ask the question, before we can continue this conversation, have you read the report? 10 out of 10, no. 10 out of 10, no. Right? Cast a stone now, per my side, and ask any Labour Party bloggers if they read the report. And 10 out of 10, no, I'm not going to get hard cocky. 9 out of 10, we tell you yes. 9 out of 10, we tell you yes. Because, as I say, one of the things where we pride ourselves on, as Labour Party representative, is that when we give something, we like to give the truth. We have no need to lie. We have no reason to lie. Right? Last night, I was having a discussion with a friend of mine who live overseas. Of course, Paul, this time, you're Labour, right? You're going to read the report. And actually we were discussing, for those of you who understand, the West Indies actually win one local series yesterday. And I was having the discussion with a guy, friend of mine. And he said it is amazing as they are taking steps to fix the cricket. The West Indies seems to be turning it around. And one of the guy that he mentioned that was involved in robbing up a lot of money from West Indies cricket is a man. I will not call any name, because no lawsuit come my way. But one of the man that he mentioned that is guilty of robbing up some money from West Indies cricket is a young man that is now literally a member of a criminal organization right here in Jamaica. Now, when I say that these people are track criminal, I am not joking. When I tell you all that these people are track criminals, I kid you not. Sorry, I don't know that name. I kid you not when I tell you that these people are track criminals. Right? So that guy is now the member of a criminal organization in Jamaica. Right? So birds of a feather, them tell you. Right? But as we say, today it begins in the Supreme Court. Michael Holness versus the Integrity Commission. And we expect that to only go one way, because the evidence in the Prime Minister's favor is overwhelming. Overwhelming. The Integrity Commission overstep and violate so many rules in them witch hunt that the Prime Minister is not even funny. They have broken so many laws. It is not funny. Right? And up until this day, they have not certified the Prime Minister's, let me just say, the 2021 declaration, which they investigated on its own, find that there was nothing wrong, close that investigation as they should, and have the file. Right? Let me say that again. They investigated that report, that submission, his declaration for 2021 was investigated. Nothing was found to be wrong with it. So the file stopped there. The file was never sent to Parliament because there was nothing wrong. It was never referred for prosecution because there was nothing wrong. But yet still, there was a refusal to certify. They went ahead again and they investigated 2022 without it even being requested. Yeah, then just take it up and then they lump everything and say, well, but you already done one investigation, so why didn't you certify 2021? Right? And these are the questions that the mainstream media in Jamaica is not willing to ask of the Integrity Commission. But my news and my advice to the mainstream media, no time up. Yes. If you don't believe me, call President Trump in the US and ask him. Mainstream media, no time up. You don't have no control again. If you don't want to try to save face, try being truthful with no customers, no readers, no listeners, no viewers. If you don't want to save a space right now, try being truthful to the people them who pretend to serve. Days of picking winners gone. And like I say, if you don't believe me, ask President Trump. Ask President Trump. Mr. Dan Anderson at Market Research, your days of putting out fake poll done. And if you don't believe me again, ask President Trump. If you don't believe me, say no days we do no fake poll done, ask President Donald Trump. No, sorry, my apologies. President-elect. Mr. Anderson, if you want to save a space in that business, start being honest. Yeah, man. NIA, all of organization, because you know have to, that's what me G, because you know have to appease overseas donors, so you willing to sit down and tell all sort of lies from the government of Jamaica. Days done. Days of just sitting there on a perch and commenting when you feel like. Days of sitting down and wait until the Labour Party do something for no comment on it. Gone. People are watching and realize. People realize that no serve no purpose. Again, National Integrity Action, Jamaican for Justice, Jamaica Forum for whatever no is. Try caring about Jamaica itself. If you don't want a space in the Jamaica going forward, try being honest with the people of Jamaica. If the Jamaica Labour Party do something you want to consider to be wrong, call them out. Yes. But if the People's National Party do something wrong, call them out too. It can't be business as usual when the PNP put up first them paraded a bunch of criminals at them conference and all I want to keep quiet. Then they put up a 2-time convicted drug dealer to run and all I want to keep quiet. But when the Jamaica Labour Party put up a lady that made a clerical error on her statutory declaration, a clerical error, travel privilege, my travel privilege, good man. Me not run away, no. Me not run away. Anywhere me go back a yard. Right? The Jamaica Labour Party put up a lady that made a clerical error on her declaration. She was referred for prosecution. She resigned in the interest of the process. She stepped away. That Michael Phillips has been ordered for prosecution also. And he sits today as chairman of the PAC in Parliament today. I have not heard a peep out of Jamaican for Justice or the NIA. Yes, Marissa Dalrymple stepped aside as Speaker of the House in respect for the process. She stepped aside as Member of Parliament out of respect for the process. Michael Phillips today sit as chairman of the PAC in the Parliament, and he's still Member of Parliament for West Manchester, Western Manchester, yeah, I think. So he's not willing to step aside out of respect for the process, you know. No. And what that little Janko name will work at NIA again? Somebody remind me of that Janko. Michael Jackson. He's not concerned about that. But my thing again is that Uno days done. People know better. Doing Vaz, charge for prosecution. Daniel Archer. Yes. Michael Jackson, the JFJ one. Daniel Archer. Yes. Right. What they get that, where they get that chunk and travel. Listen, Martel, me not repeat them foolishness there, no. Me not repeat PNP propaganda. PNP propaganda no worth repeating when you hear it. Right? Some of them, when you repeat it, we are do them job for them. A mad set of people running this country. Caroline, I don't understand. Explain to me again what you mean, a mad set of people running the country. The country has never been in safer hands. Explain to me, so you can be a bit more transparent in that. My country, Jamaica, has never been in safer hands. I believe we have a mad set of people seeking to run it. But the persons who are actually running it, it has never been in safer hands. Right? But for those people, as I said, the media and the civic group, you know, days done. People now listen to now again. This is not one time when Jamaicans just only get them news from Lindos Road and North Street, so them don't know the truth. That is why today, in them headline, Trina seat fit to Photoshop the Prime Minister picture in front of the Supreme Court. Oh, well, I tell you, it's a set of mad people seeking to run it. You want to have a discussion with me after the upcoming general? Why not before? Why not before? Right? But these people speaking to the media, speaking to the civic group, be honest with the people that want to serve. That's what I want to chop. Why not have it before? Be honest with the people that want to serving. Be honest with the readers. Stop. Sit down and believe. Say right now, you can't sit down again and pick winners. You can't pick winner again. You can't do it anymore. People are now getting their news from more than one source. Thank goodness for social media. After thank goodness for social media where people can hear what is really going on from people who care about telling the truth. If it wasn't for social media, we would have still have to fear the mainstream media because they would have still get together and people would consider to be winner. The Press Association or the Media Association of Jamaica would have probably been one of the most dangerous organizations we have. But thanks to social media, them power has somewhat been mutual. First bowcat in Jamaica, those people still follow politicians in Jamaica. In order to answer that question properly, first bowcat, I like to know which part you live. In order to answer that question properly, I would love to know where you live. Right? But the politician that I follow, I am one of the most dangerous But the difference between me and you, Blade Brown, I only have one name. I only have one name and one face, so go with it. The dangerous person is somebody like you. We hide under 10 different names. Here, the dangerous person, Blade Brown, is people like you. We hide under 10 different names. If you were being so honest and you were so clean, why you need to have 10 different names? I only have one. I'm going to hide my face, me show it. Why the JLP party will be highlighting Mark Golding? I don't. Martin Luther, why the JLP party will be highlighting Mark. I am not understanding you, Martel. Maybe I hear you, Martel. I will come. I mean, I understand what you're trying to say. I don't see us highlighting Mark Golding. I know we point out Mark Golding's wickedness. We point out Mark Golding's history. We point out that Mark Golding is a criminal. We point out that he leads a criminal organization. Yes, we highlight Mark Golding's nastiness. So I don't know if that is what you're addressing. And if that is the thing, yes, we are going to continue to point out all the nastiness. Because people are of the opinion. Most comrades where you talk to, he knew, he never do nothing yet. Mark Golding knew, he never do nothing yet. When Mark Golding has been a part of our political landscape since the early 90s. Yeah? So we have to point out, we have to show him handprints over one of the most dangerous period. Something more dangerous than Hurricane Charlie, Hurricane Gilbert. More dangerous than COVID-19. Believe me, I'm telling you, say COVID-19 locked down Jamaica for 2 years. And the PMP of the 90s still managed to do more damage. Think of that, you know. COVID-19 shut down Jamaica for 2 years. And the People's National Party of the 90s were still able to create more damage than that. Yes, so we will always be telling people and showing them that Mark Golding was a part of that administration. Mark Golding was a beneficiary of those times. So if we don't believe, so we talk about Mark Golding too much. That not going to stop right now because him having time and him have got pay for him part in the treasury. Mark Golding and him people them benefited to the tune of millions of dollars, billions of Jamaican dollars. That is why now he's able to pick up 3 billion out of that. Go invest in a low-income houses in the Bahamas when he presided over one of the most deplorable constituency ever. We are going to put him fingerprint on that. So all who believes that we talk about Marky G too much, we don't start talking about him yet. Right? We don't start talking about him yet. Right? What we have coming up in our election is a choice between 2 parties. One that has a record. I know Mark Golding is a wicked man. Most of them know, but them in denial. And let me tell you this, Martel, the PMP, them always tell with this, that if them put a dog in an orange, they will vote for that dog. So we are talking about some serious cold behavior. Yes. The PMP said if them put a dog in an orange, they will vote for the dog. And that's how them repeat over and over and over and over again. So I know joke them I make. It's not joke them joking when them tell you that. Them say if it's a dog you're saying, we're good with him. Right? I was listening, I was passing through I think it was politics and sports earlier, and there was a lady on there. She lives out in 2 Mile area out of Angela Brownburg constituency. And I think they were discussing the Hope House program that the Prime Minister is spearheading. And she said at one point she believed that at least 12 of those houses were built in Angela Brownburg constituency. About 12 of them were constructed in Angela Brownburg's constituency. And the thinking from all the Labour right was, Beverly, yes, we have never seen the Prime Minister. We have never seen the Prime Minister cut a ribbon out in that constituency. I don't remember any of them. And this is what we mean when we say these People's National Party members of Parliament will hide whatever is happening in their constituency. Mario, bless up yourself. They will hide it. Then we hide the good things that happen. Right? But the truth and in fact, when I hear, I don't believe that any of these hope houses are constructed in that constituency. I don't believe. Every member of Parliament, my people, have a right to 5 of these houses per year. 5 of them. That include Mark Golding and everybody. Now, active duty. I have never ever said the Jamaica Labour parties have no sin. I have never said that. I have never implied it. Right? I have never said active duty and I've never implied it. Even the mosquito will fly around sin because they bite you. Right? But the difference is, and I will say this over and over, active duty, is that, big woman, look at what the Jamaica Labour Party has done for Jamaica in 8 years. And look at what the People's National Party did to Jamaica in 18 years. And you tell me which of them you would stick with. Just answer that question for me, Mr. Active Duty. Look at what we did for Jamaica in 8 years. And look at what your party did to Jamaica in 18 years. And then tell me, which one would you stick with? We can go back to the 70s and ask again. Look at what your party did to Jamaica in 8 years between 72 and 80. And look at what the Jamaica did for, look at what the JLP did for Jamaica in 8 years again. 1980 to 89, 9 years, 8 years basically. Right? Yeah, man, Damien Crawford said, man, say them have bad eyes. Right? But we can't compare that. We can't compare that. And as I said to you, Mr. Active Duty, I don't have that discussion with you after the election. Make we have that discussion now. Our experience, I will on the active duty. Make me send a request. I can invite you. You send one request and come. Let me say me can see for some of the issues that you are having. I don't want to wait until after the election. Let us have the discussion now. So send your request and come. Now, man, don't mute him and make him send a request and come, man. Him say me and him have different ideas of prosperity. Facts can be different. Facts are facts. Right? And it's because the supporters of the People's National Party have a warped vision of how to build the country, why they will always say that. And I believe when my Prime Minister say, it doesn't matter what anybody come on a platform and promise to do, unless them tell you how they are going to achieve it, run them. Right? Unless them tell you how them plan to achieve it, run them. Right? The days of people, and I'm copying Chops Media here. The days of people, of politicians, going on a political platform and promising the moon and the star, and then later figure out how to deliver it, then days are done. Quick question, what the man has said now, one man named X-Ray say, how we are going to sleep with the door open? Just unlock it, my brother. Just unlock it and it will open. If me have to tell you how to sleep with the door open, then you have a bigger problem. If I have to tell you how to sleep with the door open, then your problem bigger than me think. Right? Don't think we can make the comparison. An X-ray, sleep with your door open. We're not living in the uncharted forest. You don't snap your finger and things happen. When the Prime Minister say we jing some grammar zone, yes. When the Prime Minister say you will be able to sleep with your door open, it is a vision. It is a process. It is not something you snap your finger and it happen. And we are well on our way there.
Tell the man so we want to sleep with the door open, man. We some grammar zone and open the door and unlock the door, man.
No.
You
Can't
never
tell
got
the man to drink grammar zone, man.
You never
Some
got
of the people we have to go do it, you know. Then we have to go do it. They can't take the chance. Right? But when the Prime Minister said that it's a process, my boss, and if you look at what the JCF is telling us, we are on our way there. But what we need is for the PNP. If we need the process to go look faster, tell the PNP to send us a list of all of the gunmen with them have in them organization. The one of them to send us a list. Yes. Tell them to send us a list of all of the persons them have in them on the payroll where them are hide and protect. When they're never ready, they send them out to go commit the crime and bring up the murder rate. Tell them to send us the criminals that them had at them conference where them did a parade in front of the nation.
Exactly. And this person goes talk about how you go sleep with the door open.
Right. So if they want the process to go look faster, man, tell them to play for them part. Send us them list.
Yeah, your part. Tell your family member to stop ship gun come to Jamaica.
Yeah.
There's a reason why the PM is fixing up police station and buying technology and equipment for the police, that buys 6 naval vessels, buy 22 fast-speed boats to secure our borders. It's a vision, and over time it's continuous.
It is continuous.
Understand? Crime never gets to the over 1,000 mark.
If an election you want, you should go US use if an election you want.
A lot of time before it reduces.
If an election you want, X-ray, left and go US, then just have one right here. Maybe you can pick up some of the residue of that.
Girl, go suck your mother and come after this boy, yeah, man. Yeah, weird style.
Me tell you, stop make them people dry out, man. Relax, man. Don't make them dry out. Stop make them dry out. Then that, listen to me. Again, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
You see what you see them people there? Them call up for one reason. Right?
The Philippine. Philippine.
What the hell? She's a PMP where she'll come back to call election.
You know, people don't know what to contribute. Don't make them dry out, man. Don't make them dry out.
All you know come here with a call election. You know say.
If they want an election, if an election they want.
You not even say, oh, Mark has a better plan to reduce crime. When you just say call the election.
Then Philippine, you want the people
what are you talking about?
Philippine, you want the people
no, you not come with. All you know come with every time that the damn comment section that time come.
You want lick, you want rub them
election. You not even fucking say, oh, what kind of economic or social policies him have or what him a go do or build up the fucking country. When a bumble clad come and talk about time, come and call election. You go suck on the mad and come after this. Cause no done, so no sense.
My name is Chuck Finley and I approve this message.
Bumble clad.
Just so you know. Right? And I agree with you 100%. Not one of them has ever come here and say, you know, say my plan for security better than for your one and make we can discuss it. Never. Did they never come and say my plan for the economy better than the Andrew one? Never. But let me hear what I don't know. Me see somebody in the box named Marie. Marie.
Mary, touch on your name in the box and you will see the mic come up.
You have to touch your name.
Well,
Yes, you know.
you say approve. Well, I am Chops Media and I approve this message.
Yes.
Send them up a grass and go Philippian.
Not one of them has ever come and say, make me and you discuss. This is my plan for the country. Make we put it against Andrew plan. Never.
Then come in the comment section and run off them out.
I run off the rotted mouth. And then when you say, come make we discuss. Then, but let me tell you, Josh, let me tell you what me figure out why most of them when you see coming at the box, come type and you invite them up, they will never come. Because at the same somebody them.
I fake name them, man.
Fake name. When you call them up and then talk, we are going to find out who. That's why they not come. Right? That's why when you see Blade Brown come talk, me dangerous. At least me only have one name and me show my face anywhere me go. A man will hide under 10 different names can't call me dangerous. A man that has 10 different names on TikTok cannot call me dangerous. I have one politics and sport.
You know, Chuck and Chaps, me asked the one nasty, you Richard, they say yesterday, which prime minister at Jamaica ever go around and give poor people 470 something houses, concrete, real good concrete house? Me ask him that question. Which prime minister of Jamaica ever do that? These are the questions when I ask me to answer my question. I won't get the money if you do it. You just say that people are not. Gaffman, when did Michael Mandy walk around and give a house?
Who? Gaffman not?
No, Gaffman in their chat.
Gaffman junk, man.
Gaffman is a confused labor, right, you know?
Chum blinky man, I ras my ball. Chum blinky out of water, man.
Right. Gaffman, the PMP record of assisting the poorer class can never be compared to what the Jamaica Labour Party has done. The Poor Post program is one of the best programs has ever wheeled out to benefit the poorer class of Jamaicans. That is unchallenged. Hold on. Why I don't know this man with the Jamaica flag.
Where? In that box?
Yeah. Just one flag me see them. I don't know if I J flag.
Dark, him gone. Me just did ask him if help me, Mike, because you can't trust no shadow after that.
Oh, bring him in that box, man.
Eh?
Bring him in that box, man. When there?
Who Gaffman?
Gaffman will come in. When there? Gaffman want to come in that box?
Gaffman, I don't think Gaffman are going to come in at the box like over there.
No, man, I'm a virgin. Who, Gaffman?
Gaffman, are you virgin?
How you talk about, man?
I'm living with Gaffman. Chap say you must come tell him which part Michael give a house.
We left a Gaffman. How good a Gaffman? I don't know.
A Gaffman, man.
They can come through, man. Come through, my general.
Me always seen pass about the place, I know.
So we can get two policy here, right? That's all. Because some people there who need to get themselves organized. I'm money Gaffman, so that's why I have to rate him like that. And we ain't going to sell him.
Gaffman also tell me, say, he will only come back home.
Who want insurance?
Man, with Gaffman, he said that he need insurance. And I play with him. I'm going to sell all the dead people of insurance.
You better believe it. As long as you have a social security, you can't touch the shores of South Florida. I will sell insurance.
Right away.
Man, I will if a heart attack one Tuesday night, you know.
Well,
so I will if a claim I go in.
Well, all right. I'm gonna tell him this straight up and down, without no doubt. I'm gonna tell him this. I am a Democrat, but I deal with dollars and cents. And if
and
Trump,
the dollars have to make sense.
And the dollars have to make sense. And under Trump 4 years, and the last 2 years in COVID, them they call the police commissioner of insurance because me meeting at the parking lot. I will crisscross and keep 6 feet apart. I will talk through each other phone and through each other car. One up, one down. But the truth is this. America me live. And at some point or another, I will exit the United States for a more easier atmosphere. I don't know where that is.
Just say you come back at your yard and that each
Because things look better, because things look greener now.
Just say that, man.
I mean, Chuck, I'm in Jamaica a minimum of 10 times per year.
Because things look better.
So I have to do.
I'm coming back home.
Because things look better.
No, I'm not come back home because things look better. I'm coming back home because I've done better for myself. Simple as that. You understand? And things will be better based on what's going on in my neck of the woods. So, and I will tell you this. I see some guy in the central Manchester. I say Rhoda Crawford can't lose. And I can tell you this. That is somewhere where I born, grow, eat, sleep, and drink. And I make no apology of saying this. In central Manchester, what she has done there, in all my years I've been there, even my own grandfather, a council at one point, I have never seen the place like this. The only issue I have in central Manchester, which is across anywhere you live, is the criminal elements. And once we get rid of that, we don't have no problem.
Yeah, man, we'll soon get out my gold and friend. Don't worry about that.
So I am not, as you know, I am not for PMP or GLP, I am for dollars on what makes sense.
Mr. Garfman, me never did accept the request, but when me hear you say in a road and something me come up here because me just said I got throw you out of the box by your head. You hear me say? I'm bringing you
The only reason why
down.
Goffman give that the rousing commendation of Rhoda, he's hoping that in doing so, he may get a few phone calls for your policy right now. He not come from here. No worries.
Mr. Chaps, me never did that come in because me done work yet. Me have 20 minutes left. But me say when me hear the man say road and all lose and me say Chaps, I did go bring him down right now. Right now. Today.
No, man, tell me.
Listen to me about this. Here's the problem with the party where you run in Jamaica under. Here's my problem with them. You know, to me never say you support them this time. I say the one where you run in Jamaica under.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
The government have considered that they've lost central Manchester because they did not serve the people well. And in trying to seek back power in central Manchester, they have not promised to serve the people better than they did, What them say, well, we're going to get back central Manchester. Oh, we are done a friend again.
No, that's a nonsensical argument. And I'm going to tell you why. Right in the Royal Flat Square, and I witnessed this with my own eyes. Okay? I witnessed with my own eyes. I remember I was there when Rhoda when she refurbished the clinic by Broadleaf. And I was there and she drove out to the jerk chicken man at the day. And I was buying out every jerk chicken him have on the stand. And he went into a bar and the bartender tell her that she don't serve no labor right drinks. And the owner for the bar overheard the conversation and say, a business model, right? Business is doing.
Then he never find the bartender on spot.
Well, I believe he did. I believe he did. I can't put my head on the block for that. But, and then PMP in the area would look, family member of myself would look at me and say, cuz, why the PMP are going good, but this young girl, Rhoda Crawford, she have the play. She's doing, I mean, I see she do a thing. Something when she went in a taxi and was parading around the taxi. And that was a game changer. Never seen that happening in Jamaica before. So the bottom line figure, she's doing her work. And I mean, and the people are seeing it, to be honest with you. Am I going to tell you that the influence of the money is not in Manchester? The influence of it in central Manchester is like night and day, every day. You follow? Outside of that, brother. Outside of that, Rhoda Crawford do her work.
But Gaffman,
understand?
Man, that is what we need. That is what we need people to start appreciate members of parliament that are representing, members of parliament that are doing what our members of parliament supposed to do. Like I said, the recent road that was highlighted in Angela Brownborough constituency, that has been that way for the past 10 years. And the last time the road was repaired was in 2007. And you are sitting there as a member of parliament and you receive your constituency development pledge every single year. And now when people highlight the road, you're going to say because government are fight you. And people still have turned up to the poll to vote for these people because, at the party we used to, you know, we need to start call out the people that must say, listen, stop doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That is indeed.
Yeah, man, that is true. But I gotta go though, because I'm picking up a thing. Good.
All right, Gaffman, that's what they said. Right. But we need to start demanding, we need to see if we start making the people them up a 100 garden out of 2 mile. We have to start opening up them people their eyes. I say, come on, you people has been doing the same thing for 40 years. Right? The same vote for 40 years and nothing no change. All you no get is to live under the thumb of some Dan. Where people, the same thing, where the same Dan where when you're ready, when you look at that at turn 16 and I look at bosom start show him a send there. We have to change that part of the country there. Right? That is the part of the country where we need to change. Philip, you not see nothing about the PM, the end court yet. Grandmother, son.
No.
Not yet. All right. This is the Integrity Commission right now. It's not about those things. It's about investigating politicians. Right? The Contractor General now is about investigating the Prime Minister. That's what their job is. Right? So they no longer track these things. They spend all their time and investigate people rather than projects. Right? What has Mark Golden done with his constituency development? Yeah, but Sparks program will fix all those roads, you know. That is what it's gonna do. But what the people are saying, it has been that way for the longest while. Right? And them same one that try to rile out the people them to go out and Black Road, say you know one road in a one place where Uno did supposed to maintain over the years. A People's National Party man today sits as the mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew. And that is a local government road that they are complaining about. When I repeat it every day, I say the People's National Party cares zero about representation. It's because of things like this. And the people in these areas keep rewarding them by voting for them over and over and over again. And the labor rights representative in these areas here to go out and tell the people and say, look at no condition. Yes, Angela was a farmer here too. People tell, look at no condition. Why are you still voting for these people?
But Chuck, good evening to the panelists. Going forward, what new measures can be implemented to keep each and every elected councillors accountable, right? Because one of the problems that we are having in this country is that people do not know the difference between a parish council road or a national work agency road. And it seems like some of these councillors too will even get elected, not even know what are their job description, right? And one time I hear Desmond McKenzie say something to that effect, right?
But
because I do not understand how whenever time the month come and the disbursement is being made from the superintendent of work in terms of the with each councillor. I don't know why is it that you're not seeing any physical work being done in many divisions.
Well, when it comes to accountability for these people, I believe there is a framework to hold them accountable. But the ultimate accountability test is the election day. And we need people to start showing these people on election day. So listen to me. If I elect you and you serve your 2 or your 4 years, and when the time comes, you can point and say, this is what I've done. This is what I come and saw. This is what you have now. Then it's time you go.
Yeah, yes, Chuck, I understand because I'm saying that at least a councillor must can get if I even one road per year to get done in a them division. Even if them have to sum up all of them monthly allocation to when they reach a substantial amount. And if I even get one road done, so at the end of the 4 year, how much year that accounts a term last, they can say, okay, I was able to get these 4 roads done throughout my tenure. But you're not seeing that.
One of the, believe it or not, Winston, one of the biggest stumbling block in actually getting stuff done is what we call the procurement process. Things get lost in the procurement process for 3 to 4 years, Just to fix one simple road. And some of them red tape that the Prime Minister is currently trying to get removed. Right? And that is why the notion in Jamaica say is only when election time them see road work and then something I do. It's not by this. Well, that have to change now because we see people like Rhoda, like Anne-Marie Vaz and Juliet Wallace and them people that fix road right through.
Yeah.
But what we have to try to change now is, listen to me, we understand that you have to have some checks and balance. We understand that and we agree to it. And we want the checks and balances there. But it's not supposed to take 4 years to get one project through.
We get one project through. And you realize now that Chuck, all the councillors are all the members of parliament now is depending only on parks and sparks. And at the same time, we have, but you usually have other funds before sparks. So why is it that they are not getting things done?
Those funds are still available. Yeah, those funds are what And Marie Vaz used to fix almost every road in East
Yes.
Portland.
So Angela Brown is taking Jamaican people for jackass when she come out and make a statement where she make. Because other funds are available. Right? The road, the piece of road, maybe the road that was highlighted on the social media. Maybe it's not a mile of road. So how much that can cost to get fixed?
Listen, the problem is that if these people want to get a road fixed, and these people want to serve the people who elect them, there are many what we call NGOs that them can lean on and get these projects off the ground.
Yes, sir. Certainly.
There are several members of parliament that you will see fixing 20 different roads in a 1 year. It's not all government funds do it.
Yeah,
There is some
so
government
true.
people, you can build some clinics, some basic school in their constituency. It's not all government funds.
Yeah.
But what we have is some representative, both MP and councillors, who believe, say, is 1970 and 1980 politics me I do, where me go just sit down and me wait until election time, me go round and me spend a little money on the people and we come vote for me. No, that is not the kind of political representative we want now. Right? We want to have 63 and Marie Vaz, 63 Juliet Wellness, 63 Rhoda Crawford,
But
63 Hero Clark.
yes, but if we again, Chuck, sorry to cut in on you like this.
No, man.
But
man.
you realize even before Mrs. Vaz get elected in Portland.
When you look from a guy slowly, if you a brand new MP we just come in, we just do 2 years. The amount of work and road with that man 69 constituency Chuck.
Yes.
And you say whether you have a 4 at the 2 term. No, brother, they need to do better than that, man. They need to shake up them for the ground, man.
Yeah, the PMP were behaving in a manner like maybe she do not have a degree, I don't know. She would be incompetent to serve the people. And right now she's up there in the top notch. Right? Because she's doing this with passion, she's doing it with dedication, and she's doing it with love. Right? Understand? And what she do, she come off her pars and come right down to the grassroots at the level of the people. It was amazing to see her the other day at a grave digging, mixing mortar. Mixing up the mortar. And even when a gentleman tried to take the shovel from her, she no want to help. She were mixing the mortar and loading the bucket. And some member of parliament even too bigger than even to attend a grave digging, much as to participate.
Right. So that is the kind of representation we, as a people, we have to design. And I said this all the while, you know, man, as a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party, you know, me want the elimination of everything what we call safe seat in the Jamaican politics.
Yes, sir.
There should be no safe seat. When it comes time to go for the people, you have to go and a sure work what you do. And
Yes.
that's the only way Jamaica I go better off.
Yes.
That is what we want. Right? We have to start demand. You can't sit down in you can't, there's nowhere. You can be represented a constituency for 50 years, 40 years. And when you're done and the question is asked, what is your legacy in this constituency? You're going to tell us, oh, me send some picnic at school. Foolishness.
You know, Chuck, when PJ he made that famous speech about the seat in St. James that went to the Labour Party in one of those elections, that they're gonna suck salt through a wooden spoon.
To a wooden spoon, yes.
It's only Mutty Perkins that I can remember. It was only Mutty Perkins that was in media take him to task. And if the media house try to break down that type of mentality and thinking that is in the PMP, that is so ribbit in the PMP, right? Because the PMP are behaving in a manner like the people them are enslaved to them. So if you not vote party line, your community or your constituency will not get any resources.
But that's
and
how
we
they
need
go
to break down these barriers, sir.
But Winston, that's how they govern. If you remember, that in 2007, when the Jamaica Labour Party win, and I think the then administration was embarking on some road work, and it was said that they were focusing mainly on the Labour Party areas. And the reason was that because over the years, they were the most neglected areas.
Yeah.
So we have
Yes,
to try
sir.
to catch up,
Yes. So true.
right? PMP practice there. It was Bruce Golding that says every single member of parliament I get the same level of disbursement. It was Bruce Golding that started the Constituency Development Fund, where every member of parliament can have something to do something in the constituency every year.
Yeah. And when it first started out, I think it was 40 million, and then you have to end up cut back because of the IMF agreement.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But these are that's why I keep asking the question, Winston, say, when the PMP tax with 16 out of 18 years, where was that money going? What them do with it?
Yes, I asking that question too, sir.
Because when they leave government, Winston, our road was in a deplorable state. Our security forces was in a deplorable state.
Yeah.
Our health system was in a deplorable state.
Yes. Yes.
What them do
Our
with the
education
money?
system, everything was down. Our infrastructure was in ruin. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Standard of living fall dramatically because if the working class people cannot get any increase.
Yeah, get an increase 10 years out of wage freeze.
Right? I
And these
remember.
are the same people now.
You remember
Tell me,
budget
say,
after budget. You remember budget after budget. Oh my David, if you give the used car dealers incentive to stay afloat.
to stay afloat.
Because no car now sell. You remember those times, Chuck?
I remember those times. I remember those times. Right?
Yeah.
I know what we have.
Multilink. Roll with control. Use Multilink. Save, fast, and accepted in more locations.
What we have right now is a government that is putting our tax dollars to good use. Right?
Yeah, Chuck, somebody say you must put link nationwide at 5. There's some breaking news.
I don't think I'm breaking you. I think then just 1 year we're going with the Prime Minister case.
Okay.
Let me see if we can locate them.
And often view the world differently. We're definitely not perfect, but we are all great.
So let me find it here.
To this piece of rock, Jamaica. Too often there are no safe spaces.
Yeah, I think it's coming up. Right.
India for sleep, Petal. Petal, him asleep.
Petal,
He asleep.
Mr. Petal, man. Petal, oh, yeah, my God, Petal. Good evening, Classic Jam. Bless up yourself.
Evening classic. Then classic, big up yourself.
Evening, if you have trouble, Chuck, let me know. May I have it queue up here too.
Oh, may I have it, man, it there.
Okay.
By the way, the news at 5 is brought to you by Paradise Blend.
Temperature by Pure
Cook for your enemy, cook for your friend.
in capital city Kingston and 27 out west in Montego Bay.
From the Nationwide News Network, comprehensive, incisive, tough. This is Nationwide at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Robian Williams. And I'm Dina Davey. In Nationwide News at this hour, oral submissions in the legal dispute between Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the Integrity Commission to resume tomorrow in the Supreme Court. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the JLP hailed Don Webby's contribution in the Senate following his resignation from the upper house today. JLP's Dwayne Smith dismisses claims by residents in the constituency that he has been rude and distant during his tenure as councillor.
I have never been rude. No one to perceive me. However, I have prided myself on being accessible.
The DOJ to soon launch a public sensitization campaign aimed at encouraging greater citizen participation in the voting process. Bodies of two people believed to have been swept away Way by flood waters in St. Catherine on Tuesday were found today. In news from the rest of the world, Haitian activists demand halt to deportations as gang violence and poverty soar. Putin congratulates courageous Trump on election win. In headline sports, rain prevents result in Jamaica Scorpions' fourth round regional Super 50 game against the Harpy Eagles. And later in our broadcast, in our cover story at 5:35, with Donald Trump's election win, fears are rising among illegal residents in the United States. Are their fears founded? You'll hear more. In public opinion at 6:26, we ask, what is your reaction to the arrest of 19 female gangsters since the start of the year? Give us your comments by logging onto our Facebook page, Nationwide News Network, and by tweeting us at Nationwide Radio, and message us on WhatsApp at 876-285-5693. You can also leave your comments on Instagram at Nationwide 90FM. In the nation's business at 6:40, the capabilities of artificial intelligence in the domain of deepfake technology are advancing rapidly. How can people safeguard against that? Chairman of the Artificial Intelligence Task Force, Christopher Record, and CEO of 876 Solutions, Trevor Forrest, will tell us. At 7, there was widespread condemnation after a video surfaced of a woman opening Aki pods with a knife. Head of the Department of Chemistry at the UWI Mona, Dr. Donna Minot Cates, will join us to tell us the dangers. All these and more as we take you home on air on your mobile, Nationwide 90 FM, Nationwide Radio JM.com, and on the Nationwide app available on Google Play and the App Store. This Thursday afternoon, Thursday, November 7, 2024.
News at 5 is brought to you by Camp State's Popcorn Chicken. Now available.
All right, we'll be back with the news, but not 18 female gangsters. When I always think I did bad man alone, you say we are holding a bad woman too. Yeah, man, so the gentleman that was asking about sleeping with the door open. 19, yes.
Oral submissions will resume on Friday in the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston as the legal dispute between Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the Integrity Commission continues. The first court hearing in the matter took place in chambers on Thursday between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Prime Minister Holness is seeking permission to apply for a judicial review of a report issued by the Commission's Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson. The report, tabled in Parliament in September, scrutinizes the Prime Minister's uncertified statutory declarations for the years 2021 to 2023, raising questions about certain aspects of his financial affairs.
Better never take a call. Continue it for me, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Investigations Division, FID, for further investigation. However, Prime Minister Holness has accused the Integrity Commission of procedural abuse and violating his constitutional rights. Prime Minister Holness is represented by King's Counsel Georgia Gibson Henlin, while the Integrity Commission's legal team is led by King's Counsel Michael Hilton. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is lauding Government Senator Don Webby for his service in the Senate. Webby resigned from the upper house effective today, Thursday, November 7. Grace Kennedy announced the move in a statement issued this morning. Webby is the CEO of the company. His resignation from the upper house follows his temporary leave of absence from Grace Kennedy for health reasons. Webby was first appointed to the Senate in September 2007. He served for 2 years as Minister without Portfolio in the Finance Ministry. In a statement Thursday afternoon, Prime Minister Holness hailed Webby as a steadfast advocate for the needs of the Jamaican people, bringing invaluable commercial and entrepreneurial insights into the legislative process. Prime Minister Holness says throughout his tenure, the senator has championed policies that reflect his commitment to shared prosperity, economic stability, and sustainable national development. The Prime Minister says his perspective and sobering presentations have greatly enriched discussions in the Senate. He says he bridged the gap between the public and private sectors and contributed to legislation aimed at creating a more resilient, stable economy that works for the Jamaican people. And the governing Jamaica Labour Party has expressed regret at the resignation of Don Webby from the Senate. In a statement to the media, JLP General Secretary Dr. Horace Chang described Webby's contributions to the upper house as outstanding. Dr. Chang says Webby's contributions were distinguished and incisive. According to the JLP General Secretary, Don Webby remains a valued member of the governing party. Councillor for the Chancery Hall Division in Northwest St. Andrew, the JLP's Dwayne Smith, is dismissing claims by residents in the constituency that he has been rude and distant during his tenure. Smith was nominated as the JLP's candidate for the constituency's by-election to be held on November 22. He will be up against two independent candidates, Rowan Banks and Carl O'Neill Marshall. But some residents are voicing their discontent with Councillor Smith. Shalois Michael reports. The residents who made their grouses known on Cliff Hughes Online on Thursday say Smith has oftentimes been rude to them or ignored their cries about the poor state of the roads in Northwest St. Andrew. But Smith dismissed the claims that he has not been an effective representative.
I have never been rude, but that is so personal want to perceive me. However, I've prided myself on being accessible. So a lot of times when constituents reach out, no one can say they're unable to get in touch with Dwayne Smith. Oftentimes, when they call with a complaint or a concern, it cannot be immediately rectified. And I find that sometimes is a vexing issue to some of my constituents. If I was rude and I was a disaster of a representative, I would not have been returned 3 times, each time with a larger margin. There's a reason why the people continue to go to the polls and re-elect me.
Smith also noted that the poor conditions of the roads in the constituency have been a long-standing challenge.
The roads are bad. A lot of them are bad. Yeah. They've been bad from before I was born.
Oh, while your father was there?
From he was there. A lot was done when he was there. A lot was done when my predecessor was there. Dr. Nigel Clark. My predecessor was the Minister of Finance, the person in charge of the public works. And he too had a challenge fixing the roads in Northwest St. Andrew because funds were just not available. Then this new program called the Spark program, which is a godsend and it is a game changer.
Smith, who has won in the local government polls 3 times, is aiming to replace former Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. Following his nomination on Wednesday, he told the supporters that he is ready to put in the work as their Member of Parliament. Smith also noted that he is not attempting to leech off the work done by his father, Derek Smith, who served as MP for Northwest St. Andrew for 29 years.
My father retired from representational politics for 6 years. I've been a councillor for 12 and a half years. But any good that comes from my father's name, I'll gladly accept it.
You must now build on that.
I have been building for over decades, Mr. Hughes. Let me tell you something. When I'm making representation on roads in the Chancery Hall Division, I cannot make representation on roads in Lee's Flat. I have to make representation on roads in the Haney Park, Sherlock Crescent, Brook Valley, Patrick Gardens, Queen Hill, Lee's Flat, Chancery Hall, Pleasant Valley, Golden Acres, Mosquito Valley. I mean, it is the biggest of the 3 divisions in the constituency.
Shalois Michael for Nationwide News. The United Independence Congress of Jamaica, UIC, will not be contesting any of the 4 seats in the November 22 by-elections. The party failed to have any of its 3 presumptive candidates formally nominated. In a statement on Wednesday, the UIC's General Secretary, Claudia Barrett, says the inclement weather conditions associated with Tropical Storm Raphael impeded its efforts. Siobhan Campbell has more in this report.
Claudia Barrett says the potential candidates attempted to complete the nomination process in a timely manner, but were hampered by the rainy conditions brought by Raphael. Party alleges that the early closure of the Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ, as well as the entity's failure to respond to its emails or answer its calls were major challenges. Barrett says the party's standard bearer for South Trelawney, Winston Wright, faced severe road conditions and traffic caused by the activities of the governing party. In Northwest St. Andrew, the party says heavy rain and business interruptions prevented its representative, Kevin Nelson, from getting nominated ahead of the 2 p.m. cutoff. He said it was a similar case for the... One sec, guys, 1 sec. 1 sec. Morant Bay Division, where Omar Douglas is its standard bearer. A total of 4 by-elections are scheduled for November 22. 2 of them are being run to fill vacant parliamentary seats in South Trelawney and Northwest St. Andrew. The other 2 are for spots at the local government level, the Morant Bay Division in East St. Thomas and the Enon Town Division in Northern Clarendon. The UIC said it did not intend on contesting the Enon Town seat, but the EOJ has refuted the UIC's claim about unanswered emails and calls. In a response sent to the media on Thursday, the EOJ says it has not received any emails from the party, nor has any record of unanswered calls to its offices. The EOJ says it provides opportunities for all prospective candidates, respective of party affiliation or independence, to receive assistance from the returning officer and his/her team at its constituency office ahead of the scheduled nomination day. The EOJ says while it too had to contend with poor weather conditions, the constituency teams made efforts to facilitate prospective candidates prior to the November 6 nomination day process. The EOJ says its offices in the constituencies where by-elections are to be held opened on Saturday, November 2 to assist prospective candidates. They also opened on Monday, November 4 for normal operations, but closed early due to the inclement weather. EOJ says the offices reopened on Tuesday, November 5, in spite of the poor weather conditions in some areas. And on nomination day, the EOJ says offices opened at 8:30 a.m. To be duly nominated, prospective candidates must complete a nomination form signed by the required number of electors, return the form to the returning officer during the stipulated hours on nomination day, and pay the prescribed nomination fee. Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
And the Director of Elections, Glasspool Brown, says the Electoral Office of Jamaica EOJ will soon launch a public sensitization campaign aimed at encouraging greater citizen participation in the voting process. This is in response to the persistent challenge of low voter turnout at the polls, which has plagued both parliamentary and municipal elections in recent years.
We have been doing a number of things. We have gone into our schools in terms of assisting them, sort of sensitizing them to the process, why they need to be a part of the process. We have undertaken an arrangement that we go into schools and the universities, colleges, etc. And when we do that, we normally use it as a sort of a forum to educate them. At the same time, we are starting for the upcoming general election. We're going to put up an educational program in place, a more PR sensitization program in place. So you'll see that being rolled out in a couple of weeks. The aim of that program is to highlight the importance of persons being a part of the process, the need for the individuals to be involved in decision making, who becomes the leader of our country.
Glasspool Brown, Director of Elections. Jamaica has been experiencing a troubling trend of voter apathy, where an increasing number of eligible voters are choosing not to participate in elections. This disengagement from the political process raises concerns about the health of the country's democracy. Mr. Brown says the upcoming campaign will focus on addressing these concerns by educating the public on the importance of voting. You're listening to Nationwide News at 5. More news after these.
Guys, Dana Davy and Dana Davy always work behind the scenes. She a producer. If you ever notice when them in all the program at evening time, Siobhan always, acknowledge Dana Davy and Bugs and one heap of them. She been around.
Genuine one say my campaign every day. I'm campaigning every day, people.
Philippine.
Yeah?
You say you too. Who is there?
You say I am campaigning every day, people.
Okay. Yes, genuine one. That's how it should be. Yeah, I first. I bring her from Cameroon.
Dana was at a different media, another media house before Nationwide.
Probably, but she's been at Nationwide. I just thought she'd be behind the scenes.
Okay.
Security Minister Dr. Horace Chan says nearly 500 individuals, including 19 women, have been detained for gang activity since the start of the year. Minister Chan provided the figures during Wednesday's post-cabinet media briefing, where he updated the nation on the administration's progress in tackling crime. Better address organized crime, particularly gang activity. The CRR strategy has sharpened this focus on dismantling gang structures across the island. Thus far in 2024, we launched 2,777 anti-gang operations, resulting in the detention of 488 individuals. We also detained 19 female gang members, evidence that our efforts are targeting networks, addressing crime at every level within these organizations. Since the start of the year, we have charged 163 gangsters as compared with 145 last year. We have put 8 gangs, inclusive of 73 gang members, before the court, and 28 other gangs are being investigated. According to Dr. Chang, gang activity in the country has nearly been cut in half. He says a significant reduction was accomplished through targeting select individuals who are major perpetrators of violence. However, Dr. Chan says there's been an alarming trend recently of mass killings being perpetrated by gangsters. There are some areas of concern which need repeating, such as the occurrence of multiple victim incidents with larger than usual number of victims. In Cherry Lane, 8 lives were tragically lost and 9 others injured due to an ongoing gang war. Similarly, gang violence in the Warwick area, now known as Pleasant Hill, claimed the lives of 5 individuals, including 2 suspected gang leaders. These incidents demonstrate the reach and destructive nature of gang violence. Despite the complexity of these cases, we are making significant progress. In the Cherry Tree Lane incident, we have arrested and charged 2 individuals linked to the gang and seized an illegal firearm. 2 suspects linked to the incident, one of whom was positively identified as the shooter, were fatally shot when they challenged the members of the police force and they were sought to apprehend them. The remaining members of the gang are being pursued to be brought to justice. Dr. Horace Chang, Minister of National Security. The search for the 2 people believed to have been swept away by flood waters in Loydesville, St. Catherine on Tuesday has ended in tragedy. This after police discovered 2 bodies in a white Mitsubishi L200 motor truck on Thursday, believed to be those of the missing man and woman. Commanding officer for the St. Catherine North Police Division, Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, says the vehicle was retrieved at about 1 p.m.
The first continued this morning. Sometime around 9 a.m., the vehicle was spotted in some murky water, and as the water receded, the operatives from the Jamaica Fire Brigade and police as well as citizens assisted, and about 1 p.m. or close to 1 p.m., the vehicle was pulled out. The scene was perfect on the roadway along the River Park main road, or the lower than the main road, one male and a female believed to be the occupants who were in the vehicle were taken from the vehicle.
Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, commanding officer for the St. Catherine North Police Division. It's understood the 2 were traveling in the Mitsubishi truck when they experienced difficulties from the flood waters associated with Tropical Storm Rafael. Superintendent Nicholson says a post-mortem will be done to determine the cause of death as investigations continue. He says their identifications have not yet been released. World in a Minute is brought to you by ABC Electrical Sales. We make things as easy as ABC. Hose assembly and supply, equipping Jamaica for success. And Charles O'Connor Consulting Network, COCN, driven by international accounting standards, modern technology, and integrity. The World in a Minute. Haitian activists on Thursday demanded that other countries temporarily stop deportations to their country due to a surge in gang violence and deepening poverty. Tens of thousands of people have been deported to Haiti in the past month. Most of them are from the Dominican Republic, whose president recently pledged to deport some 10,000 migrants a week. The latest government figures show that the Caribbean country, which shares the island of Hispaniola, has deported nearly 61,000 migrants to Haiti in the past month. In October, the U.S. deported 258 Haitians, while Turks and Caicos, Jamaica, and the Bahamas deported a combined total of 231. Russian President Vladimir Putin has congratulated Donald Trump on his election victory. In his first public comment on the U.S. vote, Putin praised the president-elect's courage during the July assassination attempt.
You can have any attitude towards him, because during his first iteration as president, he was dubbed as mostly a businessman, that he is not very well versed in politics. He can make a lot of mistakes. But from the outset, I can tell you that his behavior when there was an attempt on his life, I was impressed. He's a courageous person. And it's not just about the hand he raised and his call to fight for their common values and ideals. Of course, there was a rush of adrenaline, but a person shows their true color in these emergencies. And this is precisely one of those cases. And I think he acquitted himself admirably in a valiant fashion as a man. And I would like to take this opportunity to offer my congratulations on his election as President of the United States.
Russian President Vladimir Putin speaking through an interpreter. He was answering questions during a meeting with foreign policy experts at the Black Sea resort of Sochi, Russia on Thursday.
World in a Minute was brought to you by ABC Electrical Sales. We make things as easy as ABC. Hose assembly and supply, equipping Jamaica for success.
And Charles O'Connor Consulting Network, COCN, driven by international accounting standards, modern technology, and integrity.
Recapping the top stories making nationwide news at this hour. Oral submissions in the legal dispute between Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the Integrity Commission to resume tomorrow in the Supreme Court. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the JLP hailed Don Webby's contribution in the Senate following his resignation from the upper house today. JLP's Dwayne Smith dismisses claims by residents in Northwest St. Andrew that he has been rude and distant during his tenure as councillor.
I have never been rude, so that is how person want to perceive me. However, I prided myself on being accessible.
The EOJ will soon launch a public sensitization campaign aimed at encouraging greater citizen participation in the voting process. I'm
Why
Dwayne would have follow up this argument now? Anybody can tell me?
I would assume that the radio station called him for a comment.
We need to get Selena on the program. I know someone who lives in the constituency, and she says that she has Dwayne's number, and once she call Dwayne and say, "Oh, fix this or fix that," he's going to get things done, right? And she's an elderly woman, and she's always voting for Dwayne, and she never.
How are you there? You the pan Chuck?
Me at her?
Yeah. Somebody want you comment. Selena, me talk to somebody want you come talk about
and she never have any bad comment about Dwayne yet. And it's a upper class area that.
But is it true?
It's not true.
Come over, Chuck. Come over, Chuck.
And if him rude to her
right now.
If him be rude to her, should have make me know.
All right.
It is definitely not true.
All right. Me understand, so you can't come because you're busy. All right, then. Take care. Whenever you can, yeah?
No, make sure just tell you and you can ask her if you can relate to us.
No. She said no. Nothing like that.
Exactly. Me not understand because me at my co-worker, me know her, she's miserable. And she tell them have them community, them citizens association, old people, and them walk in the morning. Them have them birthday club, them call Dwayne fix up the community, get the seal cut. Them can't. The woman never yet have a complaint about Dwayne, and she's a mix. She's a Wait name the voter. She not for PMP or JLP, but she vote for Dwayne. Plus the woman is a citizen of America as well.
But I make a know then just have a problem.
Like them I tell the youth is not like
Right,
that.
and look how long Dwayne was announced as the replacement for Nigel.
And he went,
Yeah,
and he
the woman is the man is not like that. It's an upper class community. Yeah?
Like,
And them people they
listen to
not
me. Those are
play.
PMP that try cause problem here.
Them people they don't play in them community there. So me can't tell you.
I say Bidal is a cliff used today and a one person sending a message on the WhatsApp thing and he read it and he turn it in the news. It's crazy.
Right. I just mischief the match I cast and everything. I can say. Dwayne sit down, Dwayne doing thing, and I Dwayne try not forget a seat.
You see, when it comes to PNP, babe, PNP just love. Me not understand how Jamaica, you know, me tell people say, all the while, for me, say vote, split Jamaica in half, give Labour at the worst half, and by 10 years, you will see PNP, them a cry come about our side, because they don't know if they manage now. Would that take, you see a short space of time, Andrew take to turn on the country? Eh? PNP take less than 5 years to mash up the country from 1992 to 1997 Finsack. But you see it? When nobody come tell me say PNP good for nobody. I wickedest party that never sleep on God's earth.
Criminal organization.
I remember say crime down. Crime down 19%. We never see this type of level of crime in 24 years. Crime cut down. And if you give the Jamaica a third term, the Jamaica Labour Party a third term.
But Jamaica 87. Remember, it was 8% for last year, you know. It down 8% last year and 19% so far this year. So the 2-year reduction in crime is 27%.
Yeah.
The last time we saw such a reduction, you know, was I think it happened at 2012 and 13. But it wasn't because of anything with the PMP, it was because of the action of the Labour Party between 2010 and 2011. At the time when we had an onslaught against the Dans, when Dans were walking into police station and surrendering, that was the time we had the massive reduction.
Exactly. Part of it too, you know. Shockingly, you know. Don't want to call it, there was a popular person that got convicted around that time, just the same. And then the same gang, the gang that he was affiliated with him keep a big up since him get a second chance. Since him get a second chance. If those members were still on the street, me can't tell you. St. Catherine me come from. If those
and let me tell you this,
still on the street, them are not going to kill people.
PMP are at it again, you know, because I understand is PMP lawyers are doing their utmost best to get the other man out of prison, too, you know.
Yeah, I heard
They're
that too.
doing their best to get the other gentleman out. So when I say it all the while that this is a criminal organization, people tend to believe, say, oh, I just chuck and make up something. But no, it is proven fact.
Affairs. However, the Commission's Director of Corruption Prosecution, Keisha Prince Kamika, concluded that no criminal charges should be brought against the Prime Minister, even though it had been recommended that he be charged for failing to disclose 4 related bank accounts. Following this, the Commission referred the matter to the THA and the Financial Investigations Division, FID, for further investigation. However, Prime Minister Holness has accused the Integrity Commission of procedural abuse and violating his constitutional rights. Prime Minister Holness is represented by King's Counsel Georgia Gibbs Medlin, while the Integrity Commission's legal team is led by King's Counsel Michael Hilton. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is nominating Government Senator Don Webby for his service in the Senate. Webby resigned from the upper house effective today, Thursday, November 7. Grace Kennedy announced the morning. Webby is the CEO of the company. Resignation from the upper house follows his temporary leave of absence from Grace Kennedy for health reasons. Webby was first appointed to the Senate in September 2007. He served for 2 years as Minister without portfolio in the Finance Ministry. In a statement Thursday afternoon, Prime Minister Holness hailed Webby as a steadfast advocate for the people, bringing invaluable commercial and entrepreneurial insights into the legislative process. Prime Minister Holness says throughout his tenure, the senator has championed policies that reflect his commitment to shared prosperity, economic stability, and sustainable national development. The Prime Minister says his perspective and sobering presentations have greatly discussions in the Senate. He says he bridged the gap between the public and private sectors and contributed to legislation aimed at creating a more resilient, stable economy that works for the Jamaican people. And the governing Jamaica Labour Party has expressed regret at the resignation of Don Webby from the Senate. In a statement to the media, JLP General Secretary Dr. Horace Chan described Webby's contributions to the upper house as outstanding. Dr. Chan says Webby's contributions to Parliament have been sober, distinguished, and incisive. According to the JLP General Secretary, Don Webby remains a valued member of the governing party. Councillor for the Chancery Hall Division in Northwest, Andrew, the JLP's Dwayne Smith, dismissed the constituency that he has been rude and distant during his tenure. Smith was nominated as the JLP's candidate for the constituency's by-election to be held on November 22. He will be up against 2 independent candidates, Rowan Banks and Carl O'Neill Marshall. But some residents are voicing their discontent with Shalois Michael reports. The residents who made their grouses known on Cliff Hughes Online on Thursday say Smith has oftentimes been rude to them or ignored their cries about the poor state of the roads in Northwest St. Andrew. But Smith dismissed the claims that he has not been an effective representative.
I have never been rude, if I get this open. However, I've prided myself on being accessible. So a lot of times when constituents reach out, no one can say they're unable to get in touch with Dwayne Smith. Oftentimes, when they call with a complaint or a concern, it cannot be immediately rectified. And I find that sometimes is an issue to some of my constituents. If I was rude and I was a disaster of a representative, I would not have been returned 3 times, each time with a larger margin. There's a reason why the people continue to go your day.
Smith also noted that the poor conditions of the roads in the constituency have been a long-standing challenge.
The roads are bad. A lot of them are bad. They've been bad from before I was born. Oh, when your father was there? From when he was there. A lot was done when he was there. A lot was done when my predecessor was there. Dr. Nigel Clark. My predecessor was the Minister of Finance, the person in charge of the public purse, and he too had a challenge fixing the roads in Northwest St. Andrew because funds were just not available. And this new program called the Spark program, which is a godsend and it is a game changer.
Smith, who has won in the local government polls 3 times, is aiming to replace former Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. Following his nomination on Wednesday, he told supporters that he is ready to put in the work as their Member of Parliament. Smith also noted that he is not attempting to leech off the work done by his father, Derek Smith, who served as MP for Northwest St. Andrew for 29 years.
My father from representational politics for 6 years. I've been a councillor for 12 and a half years. But Any good that comes from my father's name, I'll gladly accept it. You must not build on that. I have been building for over decades, Mr. Hughes. Let me tell you something. When I'm making representation on roads in the Chancery Hall division, I cannot make representation on roads in Lee Flat. I have to make representation on roads in Johanny Park, Sherlock Crescent, Brook Valley, Garden, Queen Hill, Lee Flat, Chancery Hall, Pleasant Valley, Golden Acres, Mosquito Valley. I mean, it is the biggest of the 3 divisions in the constituency.
Lois Michael for Nationwide News. The United Independence Congress of Jamaica, UIC, will not be contesting any of the 4 seats in the November 22 by-elections. The party failed to have any of its 3 presumptive candidates formally nominated. In a statement on Wednesday, the UIC's General Secretary, Claudia Barrett, says the inclement weather conditions associated with Tropical Storm Raphael impeded its efforts. Siobhan Campbell has more in this report.
Claudia Barrett says the potential candidates attempted to complete the nomination process in a timely manner, but were hampered by the rainy conditions brought by Raphael. Party alleges that the early closure of the Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ, as well as the entity's failure to respond to its emails or answer its calls.
Why this is on repeat? Would I hear everything we're going to already?
For South Trelawney and Winston Wright.
What again?
When I hear everything we're going to already, why would I on repeat? So we love hear news.
Nationwide called me and said them did miss something, so I have to go again, you know?
Me hear everything, so I don't want to hear that. Start a discussion. I'm tired of that now. We hear everything already.
I Petal did not play first and then my word start bounce back. Bounce back, me did stop it.
We don't need nothing more. We hear everything already.
Listen, lady, me know you come here to go rush me now.
Because that one that walk with that cause the news fair play a second time. Like we never hear the first time. Me just wonder.
I want to sit down up here silent, so me I see what this.
No,
sir.
No, me busy I start out my Jamaican business, okay? My conference business.
Just I go always tell myself to me out loud, you know. Sure.
So Peter, you applying for the conference and project?
Me don't know what project I deal with, but
and Angel.
Me know me a reach.
Angel.
Oh, Shika.
And
Shika. Call my name.
Shika.
Don't call my name.
No, Shika, me never get to tell her that one, yeah. You remember when me the on TikTok late in the night and me pack up and tell you, say, we are going to Buffalo, and y'all say, you daddy come.
Yeah.
Shika never hear what to me.
No? Me I say, oh, you don't say nothing to me about your trip, but me say, maybe you just not say nothing.
Shika, in the night, you know, me all a rush my mother and say, give me your passport, give me your something there, man. I mean, that's a US money for you. And me say, okay, me I pack up everything because my son says 6 o'clock, and when he says 6 o'clock, he means 6 o'clock. And my mother says, so why that can't stay till the morning? Me say, no, me say, come.
Come like a passport expire.
Me say. You have to come out and TikTok in it and crawl like when I'm in bed because that was just too difficult to digest. Me say, in the morning, me have to wake up.
That's why I don't believe like Mark Golden have 2 passports.
Yeah. I mean, me have to wake up and digest and tell her in the morning, say, I won't be able to bake it. She said, why? But you know, say my son asked. My son and my mother going on. But when he asked the mother agent, the man said, I could have still come. I'm excited to see the expire passport and that. But I never wanted a chance.
I'm supposed to call it with a Petal.
But she can't. You come like you not realize what happened. So suppose we never go to Buffalo. You know see what happened when we
no trip, no Jamaica conference. God is good, you know. God, my co-worker, that's a God working mischievous ways.
That's what one man Mr. Walker used to say. You know. And when you can't come in because I just say, you know, something make we go on over Buffalo go get something for barrel. And that happened, you know? What did it happen?
I want to with your Petal.
More you link up, you know.
Yeah? No problem.
Petal. And one thing with Petal, I can't tell her do this Petal, I go pack a barrel for go to Jamaica.
No,
Anytime she go down, she
I
and her mother I go pack the
me and
barrel.
mama business that and I'm my own.
Petal, when you pack the barrel, remember me here?
Yeah. Chop fish water buffalo.
Me don't know, me just know a buffalo. Me soon get the place and tell you.
Oh, it take
And
me
a Jamaican passport, thing, a
Petal,
Canadian passport.
but we're size 11 clocks here.
Okay. Chop. I mean live 1 hour and take me like 1 hour 20 minutes to cross. I forgot down in that downtown Buffalo, maybe 1 hour 20 minutes from that. If me no have no traffic. But me I tell
Don't
you,
worry, Petal. Me say, make sure when me I come a Queens in a January, you know.
So what Queens have to do with me?
Make sure you're there Queens in a January, you know, that me I tell you.
In a winter, me must left cold country, go cold country?
Yes.
Okay, alright.
You know, cold country you live in, me I leave one hot country come a cold country.
No. A Florida more I'm going in January.
Go look for run. But the whole country is no ranatized, so.
So anyway, you go around the day.
Anyway, me go around the day now. Check here. But me I say me glad. Me thank God say me find out the night when me find out. Because see there, me could have do when in Ghana Buffalo. Me just go take my passport picture them. And the Monday morning me go a passport. Monday Tuesday. Me go.
But Petal, you could have get back your passport even if you did find well. When you go down for the weekend or what? Me calling you.
No, in a week,
You could have get your passport in a 2 day, 3 day.
Yeah, but she get it back in a 2 day at how much? $100.
Hold on, I missed it. Angelina Allen, which road is that?
Yeah, me work tomorrow.
Mr. Angelina Allen said the road is black and the MP is not on the scene. The road is almost broken in half. Which road is that, Angelina?
Then the MP can stop the road from broken in half.
Is that road in Guy Slowly constituency?
No.
Is that in a Mr. Slowly constituency?
No, that's which road. My chance, I'm saying which road.
I suppose in a Guy Slowly, man, you have to reach out to Mr. Slowly.
Who named Gary Slowly?
Gary Slowly, man.
Oh.
Silo and St. Elizabeth, yeah, Slowly that.
Then that's so much rain fall at Jamaica. Merciful Father.
Jamaica's been getting rain for the past consistently for the past.
Mr. Slowly, Andre.
Oh, until I see some rain fall and Spanish Town almost flood out.
She said that St. Elizabeth in a silo.
Oh, they're not there,
in Jamaica. But I think this he probably aware, but let me check with it. But Jamaica has been getting constant rain for the past 3 months.
Yeah.
So the donuts are highly saturated now.
You know, so, I am familiar with the place, you know. I want Bailey's Bridge. On Bailey's Bridge, I connect the road, and the Bailey's Bridge, the road break off, and the Bailey's Bridge fall down in the river.
The river, okay.
Yeah, so
so we need
I'm
in
Portland, I'm kind of familiar with the area in St. Elizabeth.
Yeah, I know where Silo is. Yeah. But I think Mr. Soul is probably one of I think Mr. Soul is one of them MP that would have
Mr. Soul is on top of that, man. Because Mr. Soul is very vibrant and very present. That is how representation should be, brother. Trust me. As a new member of parliament, the man are gone.
But you see,
that is what I was saying earlier. Winston says, those are the representatives we need to have. We need to be lauded. And like when, as I said, with Rhoda, when the PMP are going to tell us that the only thing we are going to forget about the seat for Rhoda is to make peace with the Dan. Those are the
I wanted to touch on Dwayne Smith.
Yeah.
You know, say that guy is a counselor how much years now. I mean, never hear that man name calling a nothing at all.
Never hear him name calling or nothing yet.
Until now. You feel funny?
Until now, when them a say the man I got turn MP, the people them a say this and that. So why not elect the same man where rude and nonchalant and all of them things there? Why?
But Lashika, the problem is, a lot of people do not want to understand the fact, Now, what Mr. Smith is trying to explain, that even when you call me concerning a road, it cannot start fixing tomorrow because there's a process that has to go through. And these are the things that people are afraid of accepting.
Yeah, we know say not go sign a labor right TV. We know that it is not so. And we know say a propaganda them a try start with sabotage the man, right? But that man, I've never heard him. Me say the man always look quiet when me see him, and him look like him is just that kind of person. Never hear the man that no baga.
Same person like his father.
But either everybody, you know that a lot of people don't even sit and think that you just cannot get up on a fixed road like that, You have to go through a procurement process. I remember a few weeks ago I talked on VG with you each other, and I tell him that procurement is like a bidding process. You understand? A lot of people don't check, and right now, if anyone should check right now, just go on
procurement is the bidding process.
.gov.gm. Go on that website right now. There are so many PDF documents on that website. I just download about 15 of them. With all the acts and regulations, and even the IC Act and the Constitution is on that website. A lot of people just feel like politicians can get up and just fix the road out in pocket tomorrow. It don't go like that. It don't go like that. The procurement has been updated from 2015 to 2022.
But Horus, why name Horus?
They don't want to hear that. That is Jamaican people don't educate themselves. Horus,
but I am saying if a lot of us
they don't want to educate themselves.
If any of us even have any little bit of professional experience, then we would have known it and not just so things go, right? There are chains in which things are going. There you have to get approval from here, so from there. So in a no company at all, you can just do what you want to do. You have to get approval.
Yeah, but you know what they're doing? They're misleading the uneducated people. And those are the people who have the most of the vote in Jamaica. They are misleading them because they know that, listen me.
Some of them educated too,
uneducated, them fool.
Some of them educated too, but them politically don't.
Most of them are
educated but politically don't. I wouldn't say uneducated, but them politically don't.
Once they hear it from...
Politically don't.
No, I'd have to say uneducated. Because
no, me disagree.
Once their MP or their councillor are to talk, guess what? Them run with it.
No, it's not only that. It's not only that.
And that's the problem.
No, it's not only that is the problem, because even some people were with us say uneducated kind of pick sense, use common sense to guide them, but there's a lot of educated people who may sit down on the internet, especially on Twitter, and make some damn dunce comment all the time. So I wouldn't say educated, uneducated people alone contribute to the uproar that we see often occur.
But Sheikah, I want you to look on this. Just look on what I'm saying. If an educated person come and tell you a lie, and you know that person is an educated person, the man who is uneducated tend to believe.
But do we...
Mr. So-and-so with a PhD says so, or Dr. So-and-so.
No, man, an uneducated, a political...
You understand what I'm saying?
Then that may tell him say a politics because Dwayne Smith constituency no carry a large portion of uneducated people. So it must be something that is political. That's an upper St. Andrew, that not so chuck.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm saying.
No,
I'm not talking Dwayne's constituency. I'm talking Jamaica in general. When you can go and you tell a blatant lie that the prime
No,
minister
you have PMP people that are
illicit
educated.
enrichment, and they do not read none of these papers. They don't read none of the thing that the IT put out, none of the reports. But they run with it and say,
But
you know
if
what,
them
the
not,
prime minister
because them not read it, no
Material,
means
me a
them
worry about.
uneducated. Listen,
yeah,
not because them not read it means them uneducated.
Uno don't know say
yeah,
one
but if you don't read it, you're uneducated.
No, you
Able to
can't
read
uneducated
and
if
write.
you don't read something.
Uno don't know say down in
No,
St.
you have to
James.
educate yourself.
Hold on there, down in St. James. That one bridge I must did wash when them fix the bridge, right? Or replace the bridge. And then Johnny Allen come on and say no bridge now get replaced down there and this and that and like you see the council and the MP and them down there open up the bridge. So what me don't know. More time me just don't know.
Let me tell you see, them young
We
people
have,
them stem from a family where a PMP, so they are closed-minded. So anything what them family say, or anything what them hear as it relates to the PMP party, because they are closed-minded to them party, them not go see nothing different than the closed mind. That doesn't mean to them uneducated. That means to them
no, but they need to
politically
educate themselves.
uneducated.
They need to
More
educate
jump
themselves
in for
because
that
I
point
can
there.
tell you, hold on a bit, sir. I can tell you, my grandparents on both sides are PMP. Only my mother and father are Labour. My brother and sister were PMP. You understand what I'm saying to you? Sometimes you have to get up off your own and you have to research. I research a lot, you know. I research a lot. You have to research a lot and find out facts and fiction, because a lot of lies that people come on like the platform and talk. If you go on the IMF website, you can see everything, every drawdown Jamaica did from 1963 to present. And every money they pay over, and everything they default on. Everything is on the IMF website. Nobody look. The last discussion I had was teachers' wages. When I download the paper from the website, teacher used to get, the training teacher used to get 1,043,000 per year. They are getting 1,700,000 per year now. And principals, they used to have 3 class of tertiary principal, A to C, right? And you used to get, like the one down at C used to get 3 million and odd, the one up at A used to get 5 million and odd per year. Now they're on the same level, getting $14 million per year. Wow. And I was defending teacher, you know, until I go on the website and check and realize when I have the documents, all the documents, I just start downloading the document. And when I start showing to my son and tell it to me, don't make them telling a lie.
But that this is one of the problem, you know. Somebody need to mute. I think a Winston or you. There's a car in the background.
No, that is me. That is me. That is me.
All right. So that is one of the problem, you know. Yeah, that is one of the problem that that the teachers were having. So when the lobbying was happening, right, they were doing the top heavy lobbying. So the principals were benefiting and getting everything more than what the teachers were getting, and that is one of the problems. So all the time when we see them decline the wages, the teachers never did get anything, right? Most of it went to the principals. Some of the principals are better paid than the prime minister to the day.
Wow.
Judge,
that must be out there.
Well, I know the judge, Supreme Court judge, get more than the prime minister.
Yeah.
The Port Authority Director General get more than the Prime Minister. A lot of people don't know that. You understand?
And,
a lot of
and
people.
the teachers are not
They
being
don't want
held
to know.
accountable.
That's the thing. They don't want to know. But you know, funny enough, if you give teachers at that level massive increases, they're not going to strive to become a principal or a master teacher or something like that. They're not going to strive. You have to grow. You have to grow through systems, you know. That is the reason why the world is like this. You have to do economics. You can't get up and give everybody the same pay. You make people grow. You're just leaving college and you're coming in. You have to grow. That means when you reach a master teacher, you have an incentive to get. If I give the incentive right now, you will not work. You'll be stagnant. So, and I can tell you, you know, a lot of economists in Jamaica, they actually know that. They know that you have to compensate people based on the level. If you are, say, a worker and you become a foreman and you're getting the same money, you think you're motivated to work. Then you reach a supervisor, the same money as a laborer. Might as well be a laborer and go high go. So with greater responsibility, you get greater incentives. And that is what the government is actually doing. When I look on it now, I say, well, look here. Every day they
No, but
Andrew shall give the teacher them more money. $200 billion.
But I feel like the margin is too wide between the principal and the teachers. I feel like it is too wide.
Nobody don't talk about that. Never in the history of Jamaica.
But Lashika,
Your
the teacher,
internet-
I think the
your internet is delaying.
I think the principal
I don't think it is too
paid
wide, you have to
as an administrator, really.
Me think the margin too wide. That me think is too wide.
And no, I don't think so, because there are primary school principals, you know, that are getting $8 million per year. But
And teachers that get
principals that them
3
talking
million.
are tertiary, like, you know, the colleges. Right, but you have to grow.
But no,
You
but
have to grow.
listen. The $3 million teachers, you know, are there are different grades of teachers, you know.
Yes, seniors.
So the $3 million would be the bottom of the table now, wouldn't it?
No. I think that's at the top.
No,
I
you have
guess
the
we need to
trainee
look
that
back at that.
no, the trainee that just come in get that. The trainees
Get
get
that.
1.7 million or something.
Oh.
Then that may tell the man to the top of the barrel.
specialist teacher will get in that range.
Yeah, that may tell us
And
when
again,
they're gonna have
all the
people
specialist
that earn.
teachers get because I remember one of the thing that we had was that they said teachers stop getting allowance. When I check it, you know, specialist teachers get allowance. Not every teacher get allowance, like larger allowance and a lot of different stuff, right? So I hear people saying, "What teacher not getting any allowance again?" That is a lie. That is a lie. Only specialist teachers used to get it.
Them too. Them used to say that for the nurse.
Oh, you have to be a specialist teacher.
Them pay slip. Listen,
I want to go back to. I want to go back on what Lashika said. To some extent, I agree with Lashika. When they talk, the gap between a senior teacher and a principal, for me, is too wide. It's too wide. And you see what happened? During the negotiation process, you know, the teachers were when the principal them realized that them are get to them forget. Right? And it was basically crunch time to sign off. Them start reprimanding my teacher them. Some of the principal them now send over the people them paperwork quick enough so that them forget them pay. Some of the principal them sabotage them own set of teachers them. The principal them never care about them teachers them. They only care about themselves. Right? So you have teachers that are getting good money and some they had to go back, right, and get them proper documentation and make representation for themselves for certain changes to be done. My bash my principal them. My bash them. I not lie out. My bash a whole heap of them.
Genuine one.
No, but
The
self-interest.
teachers have to grow in the job, you know.
No, I'm not saying grow in the job. I'm saying not grow in the job. The principals them realize that, listen, my thing hunky dory. Me nah say them forget, same like me. Me get salary increase. And me can tell you this. Me get a salary increase. When me I get for my salary, when me get for my salary increase, me more than well happy. Me can pay all 2 mortgage and plus buy 2 more car and pay for them with ease. Right? Me get it, but you have teachers that are very experienced and the principal them make a mistake. Let us not forget.
Let me tell you one of the problem. Let me tell you one of the problem in the teaching industry too. You know, see a lot of them sit in these position for a long while and go upgrade themselves. That is also a major problem. So they are there are professional teachers, right? Where them just have the one little degree, or them not have the degree, or them have one little assistant degree. Then they go upgrade themselves. So when the time come now and them say, all right, trained and trained, degreed, no degreed, they cannot step up to it. So that is also a problem. That is also a problem, you know?
Yola, I know that is a problem, but you have instances too, you know, where documentation should have been submitted and the people them sabotage them own teacher them. I know of a couple of them. So no matter feel like one of them people you say up on them top level you want, you're not even 50% close to them. They don't even want you close.
One of the problem what we have in Jamaica, you see, and we can tell you this based on experience. You see, things that are due, like allowances or any kind of benefits that are due to the workers, especially public sector workers, they are hidden by the people them who supposed to tell us, say, hey, you know, so you're qualified for this at this time of the year, at this time of the tenure, you can get this or get that. It is hidden. Them not tell the people.
But one thing I'll say to you, for public sector workers, right? Public sector workers get retroactive. I can tell you from about 1997, most private sector people don't get retroactive money. It is almost unheard of in the private sector.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you. They do get retro. They get retro.
And right now,
they get retro.
I know teachers get retroactive.
They get retro.
3 years retroactive.
They get retro,
when you get retroactive money,
but the amount,
you cannot put it in the bank.
No, they get retro, but the amount. By the time them get it, not no left. But they do get retro. They do.
About them, you know, is that the private sector negotiation, the private sector negotiation not takes so long as public sector, because you have this whole heap of 2 and 3 years and wait and all of them.
Private
sector, well, I'm not finish. Private sector say, listen, a 5 or 10 me I give you, and me sign off. We're done with it.
That is not true.
I must say some point topic here. Me personally, my personal view on this, I feel like teachers should get paid based off their performance. And that's a fact.
The government has been trying to implement a performance-based pay for the longest while.
Because enough of them, me attack from personal experience. When me I go school, enough teacher come a class and them don't want to teach. And them tell you, say, oh, I have to teach you, know, come here get my pay mountain.
Yeah, I remember that argument.
Somebody said to me the other day, yes, Labour Right TV, that that there was a principal who had to institute what to enact a part of the law that if them come out, them go start report them to the school, to the ministry, for them to start taking money out of them salary because all them come at school late every single day.
Chica, you know, remember when the principal up at Mona High did put in the punching system in the school when them punching when they come to school.
The principal and a recent too, the principal had to say, all right, I'm going to start reporting you to the ministry, right? To the ministry, so that them start deduct it out on a pay, because they would show up to school 2-3 periods in. Nah, come on to school. Nah, don't know.
Listen, but when me have history class in a grade 11, me there now, grade 11 me there, I prepare for 60. Me have history class, and I have like 2 hour history class, and my teacher raised 1 hour the session. You me I tell you? And come up. If me never go to the principal and write to the principal and tell the principal that she not come to class, she only come with all 2 hours. Me I tell you that. Some of them teacher, because them know, them I get them money a month in time. Them no business with some of the people them when them they at school. And that me assure you. So yes, them forget them base pay, but any increase based off of performance, and that is how me see it. And if that is the case, they will perform better in school and Pitney will learn better. So enough of them now teach.
And again, too, remember, the government pay them if you have a degree in maths, but your degree is not in actually teaching. The person with a straight degree in maths will get less money than a teacher with a degree in maths to teach.
And that's not,
so
that's not right.
Different. No, but there are two different degrees. If you have the teaching degree, it is a plus. You get more money. But
That's
if you're not a teacher and you have a degree in maths, no, but you have to understand, or you're going to deliver whatever you're teaching the student unless you're trained how to deliver it.
You have some people when I have no degree and know to teach better than enough people have degree. Because me used to have one maths teacher. Him just certified in a maths man a teacher. When him come a class, come teach you learn better than anyone who have a degree in maths we are teaching in the classroom.
When I was doing supervisory management, there was a thing that you had to do where you have to teach something for your job and teach it to somebody. And I was always wondering how it makes sense, but then say them a test to see how well you relay information to somebody else. Right? So the teach, I know everybody can teach, Not everybody know if you pass on information. Not everybody know if you pick up and say, all right, me have 10 people in the class, them 10 are fast and them 10 are slow. Let me design something different. It take a whole heap. So that is why, it's been many years now since we have been trying to implement a incentive structure for teacher to give them a result-based pay. And it has been rejected at every single turn. But the same teacher them now, when the American recruiter come, a performance base them go up, they go work for.
Exactly. Let me tell you why them refuse it, Chuck. Because enough of them know them not teaching in class, so them refuse the performance pay.
Yeah,
them refuse it. Because they know them not do nothing, when them ready, them come up.
I think a lot of reform is coming in because Dana was one of them who worked on the Education Transformation Task Force. She was there. So she knows the problem, and I think because of that, a lot of reform will be coming, right? What else? There was another lady. She transformed one of those states who were at the bottom. I think the state was 52 to 53 or something like that. But them did way down. She transformed the whole education sector. She's a part of the transformation unit now. She got a position. I don't remember what the position was. Long time ago. So the reforms that will be coming, we should see some form of improvement in the system. I think they're putting in each pillar. Well, they're doing it in stages because it's a whole lot of changes that they agreed to. Well, that they found out that needed to change, and I
agree with you on one.
Yeah, man.
One of the things, Sheikah, is, and I said this all the while, and I something what we discuss, what we discover during our interview, that says 75 cents out of every dollar that is earmarked towards education goes to the teachers. And that is way unbalanced. 75 cents out of every dollar.
No one know how the teacher them unaccountable, how nobody holds them accountable, and how them feel like they are the shit. Let me tell you something about the teachers. I remember the other day, all the books where you see the parents them, I said it's too expensive to buy now. Guess what? All of them is online. At what age does parents start giving their children tablet? From before them can talk. But when it come on to their textbook being in a digital format, guess what? It is not there. Most of the parents in Jamaica don't know that. The next thing is the government pay how much millions of dollars for software. And when they get the email from the government, they don't open it. So them don't know Them no know them come complain, right, about these things. So they need to be held responsible. There need some level of accountability need to be put in place,
Exactly.
because they cannot continue like this. They are literally not doing what they're supposed to do. Parents complain every day the books are expensive, but they are digital. How we never know about this? This has been around since COVID, right? Microsoft software for teachers and students that the government are pay for, especially for teachers. I don't know if they're still paying it for the students, but for the teachers to improve them life, do them work. Guess what? Nobody knows about it.
Lashika, you're touching some very important point. But it is just not the teaching profession. It is right across the whole public sector service. That we
Only
need
public,
a,
you know, say only public teacher alone behave so. The people that get paid by the government.
yeah, we need a
It's
level
the
of
teacher them are working at the
accountability.
private. Oh God, man.
Yeah.
The Jamaicans have a
Shika, you mentioned a point a while ago that I want to, say, yeah, I know of it. Do you know that once you're a university student, you get free software from Microsoft? Also, AutoCAD, you get free software from AutoCAD. Any one of them, you get once you have a student ID and student email, you just sign up, because I presently doing that right now. So if I want any software from Microsoft, all I do is go and log in and download it. And that's a student software, you can use it. So it is straightforward, even at UTech right now, and UWIC. Most of the people don't buy books. You get PDFs unless you want to go and buy a book. You understand?
Somebody saying
things
that the
are much
comments.
easier.
Yeah, see somebody saying in the comments, this are the next problem when you buy books, when you buy the children them, but they're not even using them. That is a problem. When my son went to prep school, and when him go every year the book them come back empty. Every single year,
Yeah.
I couldn't pass them on to anybody. So as Labour Right TV say, I just public sector, right across public sector, and for some reason the people them just feel like either them own the public sector or them feel like the tax dollars that is being spent is not theirs. Just to case in point.
Chika, when they interview the president of the PTA, the Teacher Association, and they ask about the software, you know what he said? When the government buy them, they never consult we. Yeah, them never consult me.
Me not like how them always are all the teacher, the government by them neck, and me not like that. Me feel like say the boss need to stand up.
You mean the JLP? The JLP by them neck. Everything
the teacher them.
Everything.
When the opposition party in a power, which is PMP, you know, you didn't come out, come chat nothing. But no, to Jamaica Labour Party in a power now, them come chat up. Listen, if I didn't get the Prime Minister of Jamaica, them get paid based off a performance, and no for them wanna get no pay.
We have a problem.
And they will take 20 years of wage freeze under the PNP. They will take 20 years of wage freeze.
Yeah, because when them
the
did in a
PNP.
wage freeze, then nobody did a protest.
And then when the JLP in power, them will tell us they want to race.
Me not like it. Me not like how them always are all the JLP at stage. Me not like that. Me not like that. None
them
at all.
PNP, so them have to do that.
Me not like that. Me not like the fact say them anything them feel like me I go tell me need to come tell you consult with you, say me I go buy a software that is going to make your life better.
I feel the PNP people them, the public
sector
majority.
I hope that Dana
run deep. The PNP
I hope
run
that
deep
Dana
and
have the balls to stand up to them.
Me want them to stand up to them and something. It's like teachers can do anything in Jamaica and get away with it, and I don't like that.
Because
I don't like that.
Yeah. Because listen to me. The grades down them say the government fault. And that's our problem, you know.
No, government that teach classroom.
Our government is to be blamed.
What is fragile about the government sector? The health sector not fragile. What is fragile about the teaching sector? Them need to do them blasted job. That's what they need to do.
When me used to go to school, me not grade 11. Me I prepare for my exam then too. You see, now me have a teacher, math teacher, right? My math teacher. You see my friend them
Okay,
never
Chris,
understand.
goodbye.
Them not understand nothing in a maths. But she a teacher see through me know how to do maths. And me, no matter what you tell me in a maths, me I go get it. You could have even go around the bush and come back around the bush, me I go get it because me a math student. So my friend them not understand nothing what the teacher say. You know what me have to do in my lunchtime? Take my lunchtime and sit down with my friend them. And the whole of them. You see when the exam day come and the whole of them get passing grade, start jump happy. I say, Miss Anna, you do this and me do this.
Action, you're saying they will migrate, leave us. I don't know how much teacher graduate per year in Jamaica.
Yeah, but that is where them a keep migrate figure. I said this all the while, you know. Say teachers in America are leaving the job because them say it is low paying. Yeah.
And the next thing to Chuck, teaching in America or any foreign country is way different. Way
different.
Things way different. First thing, you have to you're held accountable. The second thing, they pity them we did and tell us that they nah do the work, you can't even open your mouth too wide.
You get a lawsuit.
You can't even open your mouth too wide. You can't even laugh with them and think say it's okay. No.
But me like when
P's
enough
and
of them
Q's.
migrate. Me like when enough of them migrate because they can't put no work on a blackboard and walk out, go about them business. Them have them report card and they put them in the class. If 10 people in a class are do bad, them better go make the principal know why. So me are the board. Make them go about them business.
Mama Jai, you pull up here now.
And the
As soon as
board.
come back home, you get it.
Good evening,
And the
guys.
board is
Good
the board in a foreign is very active. The board make the decisions. When you have to spend a child, you have to go sit down with the board.
Sorry, Lashika. Chuck, you can delete me and bring in Mama Jai. I will just listening.
Yeah,
All right,
I want to just add something to the discussion. I think like the major high schools, them, it's not a problem. I went to what they call a secondary school, and then I went to a more traditional high school after that. And the problem with the teachers are more prevalent in the junior and the lower schools then. As for teachers, not just teachers, but for public sector workers, I think they should all institute a performance review program. I work
KPI.
I worked in America. I worked in the industry, and every year you have to do a performance review because they set out the goals. You know, every year you have to set out what you need to accomplish, and then at the end of the year they do a performance review, and your raise is based on your performance, how they rate you as to what you have accomplished. And I think a program like that would be very good for Jamaica public sector because as the Prime Minister talk about improving productivity and efficiency, that will go a long way in achieving that. So
But
hopefully,
Churchill,
yeah,
that's good enough, and that is there. But the problem we are gonna have with that now, guess what? When somebody review you and tell you say you come and work late every day, guess what you're gonna hear? I fight me because they don't like me.
yeah, but that's
And you're not going to take responsibility, not true.
Then you're not gonna take responsibility.
But today we have so many things to record that you don't even have to have no time.
That is true.
Hi guys, good evening.
Good evening, Mama Joy.
Read the teaching thing. I think teachers should be held accountable for more than one reasons. They need to assess them more. There is a lot of gap. There is a lot of teachers who are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and yet they want more money. Bear in mind, my daughter is a teacher. She went in at grade 4. at a primary school. Now she's at, just 1 year in grade 4, and now she's at grade 6. Why is she at grade 6? The level of work that she put into the grade 4 students, the principal said, well, you're fit for grade 6, come on up. Right? And when he thought, wonder if she's going to mess up, he went to someone who is in the profession for a long time and got some teaching plans from her, only to find out it was one of my classmates she got it from when I saw the name and so on it. I'm saying this to say, my daughter had the opportunity to work in Washington as a teacher. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I remember when I saw her first pay slip, I said, she's without a father. Her father is deceased. So I said to her, boy, I can't believe, say, I stand up on these little fine foot and send her to college for this little pay. Remember, it's her first pay now. And she started crying because she felt like she has disappointed me. And I said, why are you crying? And he said, Mommy, aren't you hearing the slangs in this country where every student the bags and stuff and say fully done? He said, Mommy, if I go to Washington to work, who is going to teach my students in Jamaica? Who is going to teach Jamaican children that they know that we not dunce and we not deal with dunce? I know she's doing well. Awesomely well.
This is my problem, Mama Joy. Congratulations to her. Let me just.
I'm so proud of her. She got her scholarship from Dr. Chang every year, and she thinks she has to do it for her country. And I'm proud of her for wanting to do that. So I had to take back my talk.
The thing is, Mama Joy, is that one time gone we used to know say teachers were teachers. Teachers love what they do. People on a whole used to love what they do, right? It wasn't about, oh, let me go become a teacher for your money, let me go become a nurse. It's just love for certain things. Right? We could have understand say used to happen. No, that not happen. Now you see teacher go to school, them tongue bore, and them daddy and them flirt the tongue ring them in front of them something that me don't know. Them something that bother me. Me don't know about nobody else, but it bothers me.
And some of them
very
disrespectful too. Disrespectful toe to toe with the pitney them like them and them a size.
Good night, folks. You see, I was listening to the conversation and we were talking about performance appraisal and them something. If there's somebody within HR, I will always advocate for introduction of performance management or performance appraisal. What you have to understand, you see, anything that gets measured gets done, right? You see the teachers now. I don't know how contracts are issued to teachers in the public service, but if you're gonna implement performance appraisal, it must be tied to some consequence. It must be tied to something. For example, right. For example, it's a public service. I know they don't get bonuses and them something there, but what they can tie to is the renewal of their contracts, and that is how you weed out the bad apples in the system. So for example, you hire a new teacher, you give them a contract for 3 years. And after the 3 years, they evaluate them to see if they're performing up to standard. But if you're going to evaluate them, the evaluation must be tied to quantifiable objectives, something that you can quantify to tick out.
Yes.
To tick out to say, okay, you've achieved this, you're performing there, but you're not performing there. It must be tied to something of consequence, or else you will not get any fruit. It will not yield anything. So performance management must be done properly, must be tied to consequence.
You finish HR?
Go ahead.
Hold on there. You notice nowadays when you go to some of these customer service agents, they always do a survey, especially these foreign that attached to foreign companies. They always send you an email for a survey and all that. That's what that is based on. It's based on how the customer service is able to handle whatever the issue is. That's part of their performance review. And you see a lot of companies adopting that principle.
Yeah, man.
We have a
Even
big
on
problem, you
Amazon.
know.
Somebody tell me buy something on Amazon and I have to go to customer care and we have a text conversation. And at the end of the message, you see the automated part come now about them performance. And you answer a couple of questions and you grade them. And you're right, that add to them performance evaluation for the year or for the week or for the month, whoever then grade them. Right? But
Two things, you know. You finish your point, Chuck.
I was saying every time Jamaica try to implement those things in the public sector, you the halabaloo come over it. And you hear a fight them and government wicked and you go praise the no self first and all them something there.
I hear the fragile. I hear the sector fragile.
Okay,
and they will migrate.
Because they will migrate. Appraisal is in the public service, but the teachers always fight it for some reason or the other.
Always fight it.
So and this is what I wanted to say, right? That we need it because we do have a problem in the education sector. When you hear the people them say Westmoreland people them majority are the people them there adults go through school and can only read at 6th grade level. That is a problem for me. That is a big problem for me. I will probably hear me talk about it all the time. It is a problem. These are the people them who say, all right, me can get $5,000 today and me I go vote. These are the people them say, if me broke in at the house one time and come out me with all right, but he get me one time and then he go back again and he say, me go. These are the problems because they are not able to fend for themselves. Me have a problem with that. The next problem is, this is why the government say, hey, we have to get rid of GSAT because they were training the kids to pass the exam. And when them go in at the school, them cannot function. Them used to use past papers, right, to pass the exam. Okay, they get the 90s and the 100s, but when it's time to actually assimilate into that school where them pass it up, because them pass for the Camperdown, the Cornwall colleges, all of them KC, the top performing schools, what requires rigorous and consistent and your brain of your fire, right? And you can't function there, right? You cannot function there because you're not gonna get the same spoon feed. So this is why the government had to say, no, this now work out. Stop training them for pass the test and actually teach the children. And this is why PEP was instituted. Yes. I have a problem. Me know say critical thinking is a thing with young people nowadays. Critical thinking non-existent. It's non-existent. So it is a good thing where you see. It is a good thing where you see the government say PEP. So we need a reform. We actually need a reform in the phone ring.
I think it's chocolate. I think it's chocolate.
Lashika.
Area Jesus from the device.
A choke, man. A choke.
But I can't see now come up on the phone. It sounds like my phone, but I'm not seeing it.
No, but I mean, a night, I not man, me any live.
No, on my phone, but it wasn't coming up.
Joke, me have it, man.
I can't see now.
What did I say? HR, you did I say something, you know?
Critical thinking, even in some adults right now, it's non-existent. It's not there. It is not there. And earlier last week, I heard the conversation, but I jump out about some adults who intelligence versus education, and that's true because I'm on Twitter, right? And even Colin, the PNP Colin, over there criticized the Bank of Jamaica because I mean, if you see this article where it come out on the Observer, the BOJ about the French embassy, the property that once housed the French embassy. The man come out there and chastise the BOJ for using taxpayer money, and how they waste taxpayer money, and they might buy to put oldness in. I mean, I say,
this sort of, I understand that you're PNP, yes, no problem with that. But this sort of argument, this line of argument ought not to be coming from this man here.
No. Him
If you're telling,
no. Him spread pure misinformation on Twitter. Him and John Pollock in the same position. I don't know. That man's job is to sit on Twitter and
I don't
tweet
get it either.
misinformation.
The BOJ is not even funded by the government. The BOJ is
Exactly.
self-financing.
Exactly. And this are the level of mis and disinformation that is out there. It is coming from the top. The people them who's supposed to know better and do better.
Lashika,
Yes.
have you ever noticed how Westmoreland is full of crime? Because most people don't done real bad. But them level of dogs is different. Crime is so high in Westmoreland. So me really glad you bring the point where their level of education is grade 6. Some of them worse than lower than grade 6. And this is why there's nothing you can say to any of them. Or, all right, a young man from my community go into the area and leave St. James and go down there and I talk to one girl and then just kill him. They be old and dark and stupid down there.
But one of the problem with Westmoreland was that them take all the pitney them out of school and have them a work on ganja farm.
Yes.
And so the young man them things there. So we need a change. We actually really need a change in the we need only for social workers too.
We need that
If critical thinking was common, we would not have so much PNP.
Westmoreland need a political change. Westmoreland.
Boy, we don't know. We need something down there because there's no way we can continue like that. No way. And me hear Damien Crawford plan to get education on track is to have boarding school. Me not send my pitney going on no boarding school. Sorry. With the amount of pedophile, well, it's long time, but I guess they might get more brazen now. Our people are speaking up. Me not send my pitney going on no boarding school. I'm not discrediting that. I'm not telling nobody not to do it, but me not do it.
But they move to do that because teacher they would pick me.
Because if I send a picnic to boarding school, it come like you don't want a responsibility. Some of them people behave. You want free of your yard. Instead you take your picnic book for go look in at evening time to make sure so them do their work. You set them on the one set the country back out. Eh? It's not like I'm fully against it,
Him say boarding school because that will him say one of the things that is setting back the country is the high level of absenteeism. That's one. Fluffy say we are beat our colleague bad today. Fluffy, you can join the conversation because you're a teacher, so you have to come defend them. But we're in a trouble. We need some reform. We need some help. We cannot continue. There's no way somebody can left primary school, do 6 years of primary school and do 5 years in a high school and come out with absolutely nothing at all. Me not believe in that. And the whole school collect them salary for that 5 year.
Not even worm.
Exactly.
Not even worm.
That child.
Not even worm the pit them a pass. Not even worm.
That me I tell you, say performance them to get paid by.
In whole school, every 70 had worth a teacher, how much teacher they had at the high school, they collect them pay. Right? And how that young man now I go survive when he come out. Tell me how he go survive now. Why I'm going to stay in my mother back room? If he mother have a house?
And that is the problem. So whenever the grades are low, and the government and that's the problem. Even the media, the newspaper, the media we have in Jamaica, it's so I don't want
complicit.
Complicit is the word I'm looking for. Thank you. They are complicit to it because whenever it goes wrong, government, low government. I know the government you call. Why the hell you calling the government to discuss? Why? Call the teacher them. Let the teacher
Exactly.
answer.
Thank you, Churchill. Yeah, man. But we, me no know. There is.
She can get chops to and back. Say if you can get brother chops and back. Chops can contribute to this conversation. With intimate knowledge.
Hold on. I say me can come down and him come up.
Yeah.
I have a view on this whole idea. Which how this
Yeah, take me down and make chops come up.
Okay, I am not leaving the parents out. We will talk about the parents too, but we have to talk about the education sector. Chops, where you there?
Can I say something? I have a view as to part of the problem is how the schools are structured and our expectations. We think say every picnic I go get 10 subjects in CXC, and that's how the schools try to structure the schools. I think they need to change it up so that you have special schools concentrating on different things. You see, a lot of the schools can concentrate on things and have in preparation for hard trust, those kind of programs.
No, but
you mean skill trained? They must have a lot of skills in school.
No. We used to have the technical schools. The PMP locked them down in the 90s coming up. Then turn all of them in a high school.
Well,
my school when me used to go.
Can I just finish the point here? Yeah, like I said, we have this expectation. Not all students gonna achieve the same thing. So once a child reaches say 12 to 14 and you realize they are not on this excellent academic path, you could channel them to schools that are more geared to what they want to do in life. Because they're not going to pass these 10 GCs, CXCs, I said GC. GC was in my time. And have the school have programs that can gear them to different channels instead of, say, some of the traditional high schools where they're going to study to go doctors and lawyers and all these kinds of things. I think we really need to restructure the whole thing because it's not working out.
I think we need to have one honest conversation too. If we're not ready for pitney, don't have pitney. If we're not ready for pitney, we're not have pitney.
No, but
this is the next part of conversation.
The problem is that it's not. Yeah, I agree. But the problem with the picnic having is that majority of picnic. All right, let me paint this picture. A 32-year-old grandmother. Yeah, a 32-year-old grandmother, a 46-year-old great grandmother. And that is the cycle what we have. So a child that is 16 don't finish gather knowledge herself yet enough to pass on to somebody else. Right? And you're right about that. So there's a whole heap of conversation that need to be had. But we have some very sensitive people, Chica, where everything when you mention these things, them a fight poor people.
Chuck, let me tell you something. Me always say this. Me have my son when me at 21. That's right after me finish college. Right? And me did have to know say a lot of things that I wanted to do. Me just have to wrap it up and done with it. No, I am now a mother. Right? So if you're not ready for it, don't take it up. Protect yourself. Your life are going to change. Your child is going to require your undivided attention. Your child is going to require your undivided attention. You have to go start make sacrifices for the child, right? Me remember when we used to pick up my son, when he was at preschool or kindergarten, whichever one he was at the time. And I used to have my lunch and me say, all right, let me save one chicken leg for my papa and whatever when he come and thing at the office. And when my son when my friend got his girlfriend pregnant, him said to me, say, then we have to start left one chicken leg for my daughter too. You know, and that click with me, and I say, ratted. I them thing here like it I never knew what I was doing, but I was just doing it because me did have to start make me sacrifices, you know, for him. And that is just a small one I am talking about. So you have to learn, you have to know, say, yo, your life I got change. Things what you used to do, you know, do it no more.
Good evening, guys.
Some things, the partying, the wasting of money pan, whatever, got to stop. Time where you get other people now get your child, just have to stop. Bro, God, wagwan.
Yeah, man. Good evening. I just want to add my 2 cents before the battery day. Sorry to interrupt you guys. I want to talk about the parents, right? Because there are a lot of parents, and I'm speaking from personal experience, right? I went through high school, and I'm telling you, no teacher that teaches me at high school don't know my parents. My mother or father have never been to Brownstone High School on my behalf. Never. Whether it be parents teachers meeting, whether it be report day, whether it nothing at all. No teacher will teach me at high school and know my parents them, because they never showed up for anything. And there are several parents like that. Some parents just think, say, let me tell you, from a grassroots level. I'm not talking about parents who have ambition, we want things to them pitney. Like, I don't feel like every parents want things to them pitney. So as some pitney have to just have ambition on them own. And
that's why I say I know every parent, I know everybody can be parent.
Right. And may I say to you now, say, you have some parents in a Jamaica, you see, once them provide a roof over your head, whether rent it or for them own, or them granny dead left, give them it. Once them provide a roof over your head, you see, once you wake in the morning and them give you a little food, and you come home later and you get some food, and them give the lunch money for go to school, and they say it there. That is enough. And they say it there. No college preparation in place, nothing at all. You know from your in all grade 9, so when you're done school and work, you go work. You know that long time. Somehow we just have ambition for we own. What about the other people then when we want that push there?
Bro,
I agree with you.
You are 100% correct with that. Some people have to you have to just look at your circumstances and realize, hey, listen, me want better when me grow up. Right? Can you now go get that push?
And Chuck, you know, say there is a thing that everybody learns different. And there's also a thing that everybody have a different time when they are able to function at their highest level.
True.
You have people who function at early morning time at them highest level. But it's when you come on to the later part of the day, it's like them shut down. And children are like that. Children are like that. You have some children as well that cannot learn between a certain period. And you see, certain time, them just learn. And this is a real thing, guys. And you can go look into it. I'm not telling you, like, and it comes right up to people who work. You have some people who just say, me just make for night. Me just make for stay up at night, literally. And this is who they are. They function, they're able. But you put them on a day shift, put all a person on a morning shift, they can't function. Just and I can relate to that. Give me between anytime early in the morning and then in the middle of the day, me I go shut down. Come back again 3 o'clock, I am ready to go again. And this is something that I myself have learned. Maybe not in school because me probably never know that at that time, but this is a real thing. That people have different time when they learn or be able to function at their highest, and they have different ways of learning. That's the truth. These are things that we probably have to take into consideration. And Mr. Barry Kim in the comment section is championing that the ratio is too high, 40-1 too high. Yes, we know they too high, but I don't think we just reached 40-1. We have been doing it and we have seen better results. So it's just that we need more help. We definitely need more help. And as we've been a separate even, we need a change. But we have to do what we have to do to make the people them learn.
What Bariki said, that's what is also an issue, you know, where when you do the GSAT and them something there, you pack up the brightest one place.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I believe if we have a mixed population, it would make for better learning.
I think so too, because as what the girl name in there, so Labor Right TV say, she used to help her peers them.
Yes.
She used to help her peers them. So, and just like with the schools in Canada, they don't do any exit exams. They don't do any exit exams. They move from school to school. Them just say, okay, and the school is in your area. It has nothing to do with nothing like that. No like exam.
Yeah, them doing. It's just your zone. Think zone in schools would help Jamaica?
Of course.
I think you have to go to the school nearest to you.
Well, all right. So the thing is, there are planned communities in Canada. That's what I see. There are planned communities. And a way you go and see poor people say, all right, I go capture piece of land over here, so I go do this, I go do that. You understand me? So in every community, it's just like you have a mixed population. So you not go always expect say, yo, like Tivoli Gardens was high, right? Tivoli Gardens High was one of them schools where them say was falling behind one at the time, and it is now transformed and all of that. So you now go expect me not say all of the people them down they don't. So please, right? So it is a mixed community. It is mixed. So when we start having the proper planned communities, I think zoning will help.
Yeah, because all right, if you ask all the people, then we tell you say, say the best teachers in a Jamaica, teacher champion. And the thing where I always say, all right, if you believe the champion have the best teachers, let us take all the teachers from Campion 1 year and carry them go down a Hill Selassie, down a Brownburg constituency, and make them teach at school for 1 year and see if them get the same result. It's not that they're the best teachers, it's just that they get better material to work with.
And materials, and remember, so them get funding so them can buy the materials that they need, right? So another thing that we have to contend with is the homes that the children are coming from, right? Every time, like me, feel like me, I have to rush my son in the morning meeting twice, because me I say that if one thing at school go stress out and have a bad day. So we have to know, say, yeah, come out of the home, them dirty boy, you don't go to school or learn nothing. You have to prepare them mindset, prepare them mentally.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to prepare them mentally.
Right.
Most mornings I leave my son before my son. I will always say, love you, Jay, I'm gone. Or you say, love you, Joe, I'm gone. We make sure of them little something them when we know say him alright when he go to school. At least he knows say mommy love him when we go through that door. You understand what I'm saying? If I even not to carry him through the day.
Well, and the Sheikah does. Brother Gerald, have you completed the research yet, sir? Sheikah, remember Gerald? Gerald is supposed to do some research and come back, see me? But yeah, that is true, and as we said, it is a whole theater reform that is needed. But the problem is that we have an institution we call the JTA that fights every single reform that government tries to put into the education
You
sector.
come up about
Chuck,
Chuck.
right now, I want war son teacher because school challenge quiz are going and then put up Lambert Brown picture and ask her one the pitney then answer and say they'll right Chuck. More fight son teacher right now.
You see, that is the indictment of our education system.
They just put up more gold and I think them don't know how we need that.
Right.
Yeah, Master Mark.
Me don't know about that one, them that one they are gimmick, but this are live right here now. The pitney then just try and say Lambert Brown advice.
Total, them don't know who Mark is. Them don't know who Mark is. No, care of Gerald because
Chuck, where Gerald there?
have some fun.
Remember,
Gerald not come back.
Gerald not done the research yet.
Him not done.
Gerald not done the research yet, man. Gerald still up on the research.
Come up, you know. Him
Me
come
know
out.
as you see Gerald, you come
Yeah.
back. Gerald, how the research are coming, boss? Gerald went to research what was the inflation, the economic growth in the 90s.
Still give my chance, man. Make him come.
He has been researching that for the past week. Good evening, Sir Gerald.
Hello, good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah. I just don't want to fight no more, you know? And this program is so refreshing.
Gerald, we're not talking politics. We're going to continue the education.
So you concede.
At least you realize you lose.
You get a phone call.
Take a big man for mix in blocks though.
Philippians, you in the social work part of things, and you would have been in the situation where you probably have to, I don't know if you go to the homes and talk to the parents or what.
No,
right,
not talk to parents.
All
right. Well, yes, but my something I mostly criminal justice system.
Oh, the criminal part, okay.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same because the disconnect is that there was a time, and believe me when I'm telling you this, before cell phone, before even landline did reach certain places, anything me do at school, before me reach home, my parents are here. And there was no cell phone them time, there was not even landline. And nowadays when you have cell phone, internet and all that or something, there is a wide communication gap between parents and teacher.
Like a basic.
Right? Like a basic. There's a communication gap between them. And as me say, back in the days when you never have so much technology, communication was easier. I don't know how.
Look, I think the problem, as me say, we need a reform. Let me tell you something.
Drastic reform.
Anything, I am able to see every single thing that my child goes on with in school. Every single thing. Sometimes a day I go through the comments where him and the teacher make back to back. Everything is digital. So we need that actual system. If him late on him schoolwork, the teacher send me an email and tell me say this delay. I can also go on the teacher's parent app and see it myself, or me see the email coming in and me say, hey, what go on right there so? Right? And him know. So me now as in my as a parent, me still keep checking them something even though it's digital. Right? I still go through his email to see what is going on. So we need to bring that because everybody have them phone in them and we need that in a Jamaica.
If we were to seriously implement a system whereby we have officers or social workers that goes, if your student miss 2 days of school, you're getting a phone call or you're getting a visit. Or if you miss 3 days and and the teacher hear from you, the police are come at your yard, come find out why the fitness.
Let me tell you something.
Stuff like those.
Let me tell you something. Me tell you say already say sometimes me would leave my son at home and then he would go. But this was when he was much smaller. No, he left before me that morning, and I think he woke up late and him there they mess around and him end up miss the bus. And he missing the bus. He never got to school because me there, me left him gonna work, and because me get so upset that he missed his bus because I've been talking to him, hey, get ready on time, just go through the door because